tape of him in my bed with another woman.
The sports anchor and the teacher. It was to be a marriage made in Vegas.
Rhonda had already been in a serious relationship when she accepted my ring on the stage of Caesar's Palace.
First, let me see the ring.
Sold.
For an engagement ring, he says he gave her because they were supposed to be married. She says he's the one who called off the wedding.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Yeah, it's number 78 on the calendar in the matter of Ehrlich versus Farron. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Mr. Ehrlich, you want your engagement ring back?
Correct.
She says that you owe her a small fortune, so she's countersuing for $5,000, which would make this case a wash.
That's what I understand.
So why don't you tell me about this ill-fated romance, sir?
You bet. Your Honor, Rhonda Furin is a woman that I was madly in love with, okay? We both are from Minnesota. She took a teaching job in California for a year. We dated for 2 years. This last February in Las Vegas, I proposed to Rhonda, and I gave her an engagement ring. Okay, she accepted that engagement ring.
Tell me about the engagement ring.
You bet. The engagement ring, which I have here that I bought, was $1.5 carat, okay, engagement ring. And basically, the value of it is $8,000, but I have the receipt right here. Interesting you asked about an engagement ring. The first engagement ring I gave her was 1 carat, okay? That wasn't big enough. When Rhonda came back to Minnesota, we exchanged that ring, we got a bigger one. After that second ring, we got her a third ring because that one wasn't clear enough. I got a bigger and a clearer ring for her, which was at Bediner Jewelry right there. Okay?
That should have told you something right then and there,
right there. Absolutely. Yes, it should have, Your Honor.
Go.
Basically what happened is that when we got engaged, from that night on February 7th of '97, I found out recently that Rhonda had never any intention of not only marrying me, she was not in love with me. She was basically, which I have a very crucial witness here, her roommate, basically who she lived with, that this was one big con game. Rhonda was taking me for everything I had, money, wardrobes, rent money, grocery money, everything. She was not in love with me, and the most important thing out of this whole thing is that Rhonda, you know, it is so actually embarrassing and hurtful to say this. Rhonda had already been in a serious relationship, a guy that was spending 2-3 nights a week over at her apartment with her roommate that she was sleeping with, that she was with, and basically, okay, this person that she was with was already 2 months old into her relationship when she accepted my ring on the stage of Caesar's Palace, okay, on February 7th. Now, the only thing I need to really say here is how many engaged couples, how many people ask someone to get married and that person, Rhonda, goes back to California that night with the engagement ring, we're all happy, I never heard from her. I didn't hear from her that next day. I didn't hear from her a week later. I finally called a roommate at 11 o'clock, midnight, all around the clock saying, have you seen Rhonda, my fiance? Do you know where she is, Terry? Terry was covering for Rhonda because Rhonda was with another guy. This all came out. I was made a fool of. Rhonda finally got a hold of me, Your Honor, and she said, hey, I still love you. I still want to be with you. She came to Minnesota, and what's my proof? We had an engagement dinner. My sister put on an engagement dinner. My whole family there. The ring went around the table to my cousins and aunts. She played my whole family for this act, this scam, that she was going to move back at the end of June, this month, right now. She was going to move back, and she was going to plan a May of '98 wedding in front of everybody. When she got this third ring that you have, that when she came back to Minnesota at the end of April, she took the ring, and this is very important. The jeweler says to her, ma'am, you can pick up the ring in the morning. I will have it mounted and set for you. No, Mr. Bediner, that won't do any good. I need the ring right now. Ma'am, I'd have to stay here and pay my guy until 7:30 night. They did it for her. I said, Rhonda, can I ask you, why do you have to be home? It's Saturday night. You have a week left of vacation before you go back to teaching. Why tonight? I have to get back tonight. No, I'm going to school Monday. I found out, Your Honor, that she got that ring. She took it that night. They stayed late for her. She went back to California. She moved out of her apartment from her ex-roommate. Okay, I never heard from her again. I never had a phone number. I never had a forwarding address, nothing. I never heard from Rhonda again. It was at that point just recently, 3 weeks ago, her roommate said, David, excuse me, you ready? This is going to hurt you, but I think it's time you stop calling me because I'm in the middle of this and I don't want to be in the middle of it. She has been on the phone with you for the last 3 months. She's made up all these stories that you owe her money and that you're this and you're that, the whole thing. David, she is with another guy. This guy, I know his name, he's in the room today. She is living with him, okay? She does not love you. She wanted to get the money. You bought her all these clothes, David. You're an idiot. Her roommate was saying, you've gotten all these clothes for her and the money and the cash and everything that you've given her. I said, Terry, I was in love with her.
Where's Terry?
Right here.
Step up here. You were Miss Fern's roommate?
Yes, I was.
How long were you her roommate?
6 months.
You've just heard him tell this very sad story. Is it accurate?
Yes. She told me from the get-go that she did not love David. She had no intentions of ever moving back to Minnesota or marrying him. She told me that he owed her all this money and she needed to keep the relationship going to get the money back from him that he had owed her.
What money did she say he owed her?
She told me that he owed on a couple credit cards that she had done cash advances on for him and other money while they were living together in Minnesota.
How much money did she say?
It was thousands from what she said.
Did she tell you she had no intention of marrying him?
Yes, on
What
more
did
than
she
one
say?
occasion. She said she didn't love him. She was doing this just to get her money back, and she was never moving back to Minnesota. She was staying here.
May I ask one thing, Your Honor? When I found this out from Terry on the phone, I was kind of playing the judge for a second. I said, Terry, let me ask you something. Why would you tell me this? Why she is the, you're the witness, you're the roommate of Rhonda. Why would you go to bat for me? Why would you come into court for me? And not that this is what we'll spend our time with today, because she's done the exact same thing to her roommate. She has stuck her roommate with bills, she has lied to her roommate, and she's lied about everything that, in front of me and my family. I mean, okay, go ahead. I mean, it's one lie. It's one lie after another.
Sit down, please. Could you step up, please?
My name is Jan Ehrlich. I'm David's sister. We welcomed Rhonda into our home as a guest for a week. They had gone on a trip to Cancun. They came back. We put on an engagement dinner. We announced to everybody, my aunt and my cousins, that they were getting married, passed around the ring. They happened to have been there the next night. They saw the next ring. And from the moment that David asked for the ring back, and this is something that she's done before, any information that she had gathered about our family for the week that she was a guest in our home, she tries to turn it around and use it against us. She threatened to call a family member's girlfriend and say that this family member, she saw them flirting with another woman.
I'm not interested in that.
And
now, Rhonda, you must have a side to this story, madam.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
When you lie to a judge once, they don't believe whatever you say. So I don't have to listen to whatever you say. You're a liar.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sports anchor David Ehrlich says he proposed to Rhonda D. Furin in front of a Las Vegas show audience. And she kept the ring, but not the wedding date.
First, let me see the ring.
It's sold.
Do you have a receipt?
Just a sec.
Sorry.
Just a second. Hey. She was very quiet.
You're absolutely right.
She was very quiet. Why did you sell the ring?
David owes me in excess of $10,000 on the remaining amount that he had borrowed of $40,000. And he had told me that I could keep the ring to pay off past debt.
I want to see the receipt of the sold ring.
I have his phone number and I have a appraisal of the ring. He is saying the ring is worth
Now listen to me.
$8,000.
Don't try to dance around me. I said I want to see a receipt where you sold the ring. Not its appraisal. Not its appraisal, madam. Not anything else. I want to see from the jeweler or the person to whom you sold the ring, the receipt that you sold the ring and for how much. Do you have it?
I don't have a receipt. I just have his name and number. And
You do? Mm-hmm. Give it to me.
And an appraisal.
Give it to me. Now, what is this? For relative? What does that mean?
Bassam bought it for a relative of his in the Middle East.
Who's Bassam?
A neighbor of mine.
Neighbor of yours from where?
Where I reside.
And where is that?
Chino Hills.
Watch them. Mr. Basson, this is Judge Judy Sheindlin. Do you know who I am? Yes. That's correct, sir. Now you know who I am? I have some questions to ask you, sir. Did you purchase a ring recently? A diamond ring. Is not an answer, sir. That requires a yes or a no. Did you purchase a diamond ring from Miss Furman? Mr. Basson? I know you're there, sir. The answer is yes or no, Mr. Basson. Please don't keep me on the phone. Did you buy a diamond ring from her, sir? Thank you very much, sir.
That's a good one.
Order.
You, madam, are a liar. Because I just spoke to this gentleman. He said he was going to buy the ring, but he gave it back.
I don't have it.
You know what happens when you lie to a court once? Madam,
Yes.
when you lie to a judge once, they don't believe whatever you say. So I don't have to listen to whatever you say. You're a liar.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. And later today,
He's lying, and I don't know. This isn't the person.
To extort money after 6 years.
This isn't the person I knew 6 years ago, so I don't know who this is, but this person is lying.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rhonda Furin says she loaned David Ehrlich thousands. That's why she kept the ring.
Listen to me. Mr. Ehrlich.
Yes.
It is clear to me that you were taken for a ride, sir. This lady wouldn't know the truth if it came up and slapped her in the face.
Thank God. Somebody
You are
actually said
entitled to everything that you are demanding in this complaint. You are countersuing him for $5,000. I'm not interested in a word you had to say, because you lied to me. So I'm dismissing your counterclaim, and I'm awarding plaintiff the $5,000, which is the maximum I can award him in this court. Thank you very much, Mr. Ehrlich. Be smart next time. Mr. Ehrlich, don't say anything.
Okay.
You just won. Listen to me. Be smart next time.
Thank you
If
very
you give a
much.
girl a ring, an engagement ring, and she asks for a bigger one, it's not somebody that I would want to live the rest of my life
Thank you
with.
very much,
That's
Your
all.
Honor. Thank you. Amen.
Step out. Back to the right.
Thank you.
I have a tape of him in my bed with another woman in which he blackmailed the lady for $50,000. I have his criminal record.
Let's see the
I
tape.
have promissory notes where he owes me
Let's
$40,000.
see that. Am I ready? No.
I have personal ads where he placed personal ads to get women to give him money.
Party's on Gilmore versus Stein. Step forward, please.
Kathy Gilmore is suing her former boyfriend, Jay Stein Jr., for his half of a Mexican vacation they took 6 years ago to restore their romance.
Miss Gilmore, you say he owes you for a 1991 trip that you took to Mexico, right?
Yes.
Could you mind telling me what took you so long?
Well, we were involved in a relationship for another 2 years after we took the trip, and even after we broke up, we continued to be close friends.
Well, in the 2 years that you were together, what did you do about collecting his half of the debt for the trip?
I would bring it up from time to time, and he would always be apologetic and promise to try to make payment when he got his tax refund or when he got on his feet.
Any of that sound familiar to you?
The part about taking the trip, yes.
So, now where have you been since 1993?
We've been in touch by phone. We live far apart, so we've always been in touch. And the topic has come up on regular occasions, and again, he always felt badly that he hadn't paid and promised to try to pay me when he could. And
Why did you pay for this trip in 1991?
He had been away on a cruise ship for 4 months in the South Pacific, and we were celebrating his return. We wanted
He was
to take a
working.
vacation.
You were working on the
He was
cruise?
working.
What kind of work did you do on the cruise?
Musician?
And he asked me, we talked about taking a trip together, and he told me to go ahead and book the trip to Cancun. We decided to go to the jazz festival. So I did, and I charged it on my credit card with a full understanding that he was going to pay for his half.
Whose understanding?
Both of ours. And I have a letter here from him that he sent while he was on the ship, asking me to book the vacation, and he didn't care where we went as long as we were together, and had some suggestions of some ideas where we might want to go.
Does that letter say he was going to pay for half?
No, it just says it doesn't matter where we go as long as we're
Just
together.
says book it. You've heard the phrase statute of limitations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means?
Yes.
Tell me your interpretation of what that means.
You only have a certain amount of time that you can recover your money.
Right. And there is a logical reason for that, because I usually don't feel compelled to abide by any particular state legislation, because people who come to this court come from all over the country. And even I could not learn all the laws of every jurisdiction, because they're all different. But there is a common sense reason for a statute of limitations, and that is that people only keep bills and papers and receipts for so many years. And after that, they destroy them. So if you have a lawsuit, you are encouraged by the law to be prompt in filing it, so that not only do you have the proper paperwork, but the defendant against whom you are filing the lawsuit has an opportunity to defend himself or herself. In this case, somebody who would have to show me his visa back 6 years ago, which I assume you don't have.
I have it.
You do?
Yes.
You are a terrific guy. However, most people don't. You are certainly a compulsive guy if you've got your bills dating back 6 years. How long did it take you to find those?
A few minutes.
God, you want to come to my house? But that's the reason. So I would like to take a look at it.
Sure. I
I'd like you to
understand
show me.
that. The reason I never filed in court was because we had always been friends. There had always been an acknowledgement up until July of 1996 that he was going to pay me the money. And suddenly, he severed all contact in July of 96. I was shocked that suddenly he was acting as though he didn't owe me the money. And that
Did
he
you
wasn't
ever
gonna
tell her
pay.
that you owed her this money?
No, there was never an agreement between us. And there was a
There
time
absolutely was.
of 2 years where we didn't have any contact.
That's not true. I have phone bills. I have them all here.
Are you married now, sir?
No, sir.
You with somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
For how long?
Almost a year now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Look, Miss Gilmore, whether you believe that you had a right to rest on this alleged debt for 6.5 years because you were still on speaking terms with him or not, I find that you waited too long to pursue this claim. And you didn't even immediately after your breakup. You weren't even vigilant at that time. I'm not going to go into why you are 7 years later pursuing this matter, which doesn't involve a lot of money. It involves a relatively small amount of money. I don't know why. Is there any particular reason why right now you are pursuing this claim for, what is it, $1,500?
Yeah, $1,600.
Why?
Well, mainly because the entire time that I was waiting and hoping for him to pay me back, I wasn't in a financial position where I really needed the money. A couple of years ago, I moved to New York, and it's a very expensive place to live, and I thought, you know, this is a lot of money that he owes me. I really should have this. This belongs to me. And that's why I pursued it with him a little more diligently, and he promised to try to borrow it from his sister, and I have a witness that listened to that conversation, that heard what he said.
Oh, really?
I do.
When was that conversation?
It
Just a
was
second.
July of '96. I was advised that I should have a witness.
Do you remember that conversation where you then orally acknowledged that you had a debt to her?
No, Your Honor.
No. You say you have
That's
a
not
witness.
true, Your Honor.
Miss Gilmore, you say you have a witness to that?
I do.
I'd like to hear that witness.
My witness is not here. I have a
Then
signed
I have
statement.
no witness. This case is dismissed. That's all.
Please excuse. You may step out.
And on the next Judge Judy, they were two angry nurses who came to blows over a cockatoo.
I hope that I am never put in a hospital and have to deal with two people like you.
Real people. Judge Judy.
His he's lying, and I don't know. This isn't the
To
person.
extort money after 6 years.
This isn't the person I knew 6 years ago, so I don't know who this is, but this person is lying. Well, I guess I won't be speaking to you ever again, but, you know, oh well.
He screamed, screamed, screamed.
Their cars collided on Sunset Boulevard.
Bam! Mr. Bull over here smashes me. He says, I saw my boyfriend on Highland Avenue with another man.
You weren't there, were you?
Maybe.
What does that mean, maybe? You don't know whether you were there or not?
I am absolutely convinced that Mr. Bull had his name short.
It's going to be a fun morning. So, relax and tell me your story.
Well, I was traveling westbound on Sunset Boulevard heading towards Highland. I get to the corner of Highland with a plan to make a right turn. I'm in the far right lane. The light changes. I move forward a foot or yard. All of a sudden, bam! Mr. Bull over here smashes me from the middle lane of Sunset because he's decided to make a right turn onto Highland. So we pull into a strip center right nearby, and you know, I'm reaching for my documents. I'm just trying to compose myself, and he saunters over to my window, and you know, in his way, oh, I'm so sorry I did this. This is terrible. I had my mind on other things, and I'm getting a divorce. I'm saying, please, I don't want to know. Just let's go with the license and registration. So I look at his license.
Getting a divorce? I just got married, so I can't be getting a divorce.
Shh, I'm going to get to you in a second.
I read his license. Dwayne Xavier Bull, license expires in '95. Do you have insurance? No, this I don't have. I look at his license plates, New Mexico license plates. So what are we going to do? He says, I just want to pay for it. Why don't you just take it over to a... So I ask him, what beseeched you? What possessed you to make this turn?
Your Honor,
he says, I saw my boyfriend on Highland Avenue with another man, and I got so upset. I said, I'm not interested. What are you going to do? He says, I'm going to pay. He says, I'm going to pay for it. I tell him I'm going to go right now to get an estimate, and I'm going to bring it to you, and you'll pay for it, and we'll forget the whole thing. Now, the man, can I show this to the judge, please?
Yeah.
The day, exactly at the incident, I wouldn't leave the scene without him signing this. It clearly says, Dwayne Xavier Bull agrees to pay me. He caused the accident. Fine, so he does it. So what happens next? I call him and call him and call him. No answer. He gives me his pager. His salon is on Sunset. Following morning, I walk into his place of business. I walk in, and this young lady takes over. Divorce, marriage, the French woman, I don't know, but she starts. Excuse me, I will handle this. Dwayne has no money. Well, that's good. That's good. What are we going to do? But we want to fix your car, so we want you to take your car to Vahe.
To who?
Vahe.
Vahe.
So Vahe, the Armenian auto body repair. It's right. There's more documents to establish it. I pick up the telephone. I say, I'm not leaving here till I speak to Vahe, so it's perfectly clear that Vahe fixes my car, he pays for it, and I go home. I call up Vahe. And I say, Vahe, do we understand each other? Dwayne Xavier Bull, I'm going to bring my car to Jenemsveld in the valley somewhere, and you should only know where, I don't know where it is. You have to take a cow to get there. So, Vahe, do we understand each other? You're going to fix the car, and Dwayne Xavier Bull is going to pay for it. He says, no problem. We know Dwayne. You bring your car. You'll be very happy. Following morning, my wife and kid in tow with the Camry behind us. We're trucking out to no man's land. Oh, excuse me. Here's the document that says that he agrees to pay Varaz Auto Repair when I bring the car to him. Okay. Dwayne, can you give me a chance?
Mr. Bull, I'm going to let you tell the defendant's side of the story as soon as he's finished, okay? Go ahead.
So I get to Varaz, Vahe's a very nice guy. He says, leave the car, no problem. On my way home, I'm telling my wife, there's no shot in the world that this problem is over. Sure enough, like clockwork, Vahe's boss calls me. Bob the Armenian. Bob, we have a problem. Of course we have a problem. Dwayne Bull didn't come to pay for the car, right. He says, we agreed that he would just pay for the parts, and we'll give him time on the labor. The man doesn't come. So I start calling him, Vaha's calling him, Bob is calling him. The man doesn't return calls. Finally, he threatens me on the telephone. I called West Hollywood Police. He says to me, if you call me and harass me anymore, I'll have people beat you up. I call West Hollywood Police, but they're busy with seatbelts. They can't handle this.
How long are you in California, sir?
Not long.
How long were you in California at the time of this accident?
Unfortunately, only about 60 or 90 days, and although it's not relevant to the case, 45 days before this incident, I move into a house on April 4th, and the following day I wake up in the morning and the house is on fire. I'm carrying my baby out in the fire at 2 o'clock in the morning. And if I make, oh yes, we heard it enough? Well, here's an official document from the fire department establishing that happened. I know it's not relevant. I'm sorry.
It has nothing to do with the case.
Okay, so did you get your car?
I actually paid for it yesterday for a full month. I mean, this man wreaked havoc on my life.
How much was the...
$1,800.
It was 19 at first.
Excuse me.
You want to pay 19?
Excuse me. The day I came to him in his salon, I showed him the first estimate that I told him I would get was for 18 and change. Varaz, his own people, estimated at 1,800. And that's what I paid for it. And
$1,800.
$1,800. So this is his own people. This is Vaha's estimate.
Okay, Mr. Bull, you've been anxious to tell me your side of the story. Now I'm prepared to hear you, sir.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Hey, Mr. Farkas' car. He agreed to pay for the repair. He never came by to pay for it.
Paper.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dwayne Bull, a Hollywood hair and makeup specialist, says his collision with actor Peter Farkas on Sunset Boulevard was Farkas's fault, and he shouldn't have to pay for the damage.
Now I'm prepared to hear you, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, the way I see it is, yes, he is correct. I was traveling west on Sunset Boulevard.
Stop playing with the papers. Talk to me.
Okay, I was just looking for a little document I wanted to show you as an exhibit. Okay, here it is. I was traveling west. Could you pass this to her, please? I was traveling west on Sunset Boulevard. Now, he was in the far right-hand turning lane, and it was 5 o'clock traffic. I truly believe that he was in that lane because on Sunset Boulevard, people get in that lane to speed to go fast. Your Honor, the way I was hit on the way my car personally was hit, if you look at the estimate, it was hit on my right side front door. Okay, so what I did was I put a signal to turn right. I think he was in this lane to go forward because he was not in our sight, nor did he have a signal.
So you weren't
car.
You weren't in the far right lane, correct?
No, I wasn't. I signaled to go.
You were not in the far right lane. You were in the center lane.
Yes. No, the lane next to the far right lane.
But he was in the far right lane.
Yes, right. Exactly.
So you went to make a right turn.
No, I signaled to
You
make
went
a right
to
turn.
make a right turn.
Yes.
And you were not in the far right lane.
No.
No.
Right. You got out of the car. You went over to this gentleman. You signed a piece of paper indicating that you were prepared to pay for the damage. Right?
Yes. I had not even had the car a day, okay? And yes, I was nervous because I did not have insurance. And yes, I was nervous.
You didn't have insurance?
I didn't have insurance, and I didn't have a driver's license.
That's right.
Okay, so yes, I really was nervous.
So you didn't want, listen to me.
So I didn't want trouble with the police department.
That's
right. But not only that, he got personal with me. He asked me, was I gay, okay? And I responded, no, he was coming on to me at the time. And I played with the party too. Yes, I'm married, but of course I'm gonna play into it because I didn't want the police. And I felt if he thought I was gay, then maybe he liked me. It's obvious, he's Nelly.
Okay, Mr. Bull. Now
this is true.
I want you to stop talking. Listen to me. I'm going to ask questions. You're going to answer them. He came to your salon. Now, he got to Viha, the Armenian, through you. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm being totally honest. I was nervous. That's the only reason I signed this paper. I did not want to go to jail, okay? My wife told me, listen, this guy is at fault. He's in our business, and he's screaming irate loud. He's from New York. He's obnoxious. It's obvious he's obnoxious. Look at him, okay? He calls on my phone repeatedly. He tells me about his house caught on fire, how his kids are hungry. He needs his van to transport his kids, all this irrelevant stuff, while I have very important clients that are there. In fact, my wife is here as proof that I had a client that sit there in the chair when I disputed with him for 20 minutes in my business, screaming because he has no patience and he acts immature. He screamed, 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 and I lost the client. She requested her $150 deposit back for, you know, the services that were being rendered, her hair extension. I am a popular hairstylist, and only thing I ever stated to this man is that when you want to speak to me, you do not call me at home and you make an appointment like everybody else.
Is that what is? Just
Yes.
a minute. Have we now completed your side of the story?
No, I have one more thing to say.
I'm ready to hear you, sir.
Your Honor, again, yes, I admit that my driver's license had expired, but again, from the way my car was hit, he said I hit him. It's obvious he hit me. From the way
That's really not urgently important, sir. I'm going to tell you why. Mr. Farkas had the right at that time, because there was an accident, to pick up the phone and call the police to have them come to the accident.
But why didn't he?
Why? Because
I had...
No, because you had problems with your license, too. I'm almost certain you did. You had some kind of problem.
You looked at my license and said, you know, you're a typical Gemini. That was his comment.
Mr. Bull, you, sir, had no insurance and did not want the police to come because you were also driving with a suspended license. He gave up the right to call the police, to have the police come and make a determination based upon, don't interrupt me, based upon what they saw, whose fault this accident was. You said to him at the time,
he never mentioned police.
I will take care of the damage, and you signed a piece of paper indicating you would take care of the damage.
I signed that paper again because I was nervous.
Well, I don't care whether you were nervous or not.
Anybody signs paper, I mean, under
not,
pressure.
listen.
I mean, I was nervous.
I want you to get not nervous,
My
Mr.
personal
Bull.
lifestyle had nothing to do with this case whatsoever. And for him to mention those things about my personal, I think that it was very irrelevant. And it's obvious that, again, from the way the position my car was hit, that it was his fault. But of course, he's not going to admit it.
Your Honor, I was doing...
And you did real good.
I was doing the man a favor.
Doing me a favor.
He's telling me about his wife
doing me a
problem.
favor.
He's telling me about the two-timing boyfriend. I mean, the man's got, you know, his sexual confidence. He's a menace on the road.
Mr. Farkas. Mr. Farkas.
I'm sorry. What the hell's so funny?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
He has no idea what my feelings are if I like to ride bicycles. He doesn't know that about me.
I dated him for 6 months. We've been friends for 9 months since then.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Mr. Farkas, you paid the $1,800 to have your car fixed? Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,800. The defendant's counterclaim for harassment and all sorts of other things is dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Is our excuse, you may step out.
But you were very smart about getting those papers, because that's the only reason why you won this case. But other than that, she would have looked at it for my way. And another, I just think it's because you're blonde and blue-eyed.
I am absolutely convinced that Mr. Bull had his name shortened.
And now the next case.
All parties on Ryder versus Pullman. Step forward.
30-year-old marketing director Kirk Ryder says he loaned his bicycle to his ex-boyfriend Klaus Pullman, and it was stolen. So now Klaus should pay.
All right. Mr. Ryder, you say that you lent a bicycle to the defendant, and he had it in his possession for a long time, and then through his negligence, the bicycle was stolen. You want your money for the bicycle.
Well, I wanted a new bicycle, basically.
Did you lend him a new bicycle?
Pardon me? No,
What didn't you understand, sir?
I wanted my bicycle back.
Well, he couldn't give you your bicycle back.
Right. So we entered into...
So my question to you is, did you lend him a new bicycle?
No, I did not.
How old was the bicycle that you lent to him?
The bicycle was 3 years old.
And had you purchased it?
No.
How did you get it?
It was, I inherited it from my best friend who died.
And what kind of bicycle was this?
It was a Univega Via Modego, 15-speed, hybrid bicycle.
What happened to a Schwinn?
I don't know.
Schwinns are more expensive now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see if they're still in business. At least it doesn't date me.
They are.
All right. So you had the bicycle for how long before you lent it to him?
I had the bicycles since July 1996, when my friend died, and Klaus borrowed it in or around November, I guess. I'm not even sure.
Well, then I gather you weren't using it much.
Well, I was traveling. I travel for a living, so
So
I don't know which trip he borrowed it before. He borrowed it because his car broke down in the desert, and he was using his bicycle to get around. Then the bicycle he was using that he owned broke, and I offered to lend him mine.
So far, does that sound right?
Yes, except for when he loaned it to me.
When did he loan it to you?
In June, in the summer.
Of 96.
Of 96.
What happened to his bike?
It was stolen.
Mr. Pullman, you understand that the bike is in your possession, then you have a responsibility to either replace it or to give him some compensation for it.
He neglected the bicycle. He didn't want the bicycle. It didn't work. It sat in his dining room for 2 years while he was traveling.
Objection.
It didn't work.
Your Honor. What? Sorry. Well, he has no, that's speculation. He has no idea whether I wanted the bicycle or not. I, out of the goodness of my heart, lent him a bicycle that had some emotional value to me as well as physical value of getting around.
So it doesn't seem to me, I mean, have you been friends for long? It's just too bad that this bicycle is presenting a problem to you. Why don't you just replace the bicycle?
Because he didn't want the bicycle. He left it. I took care of it. I didn't neglect it. I locked it with my bike, with my roommate's bicycle. It was in my garage. All three were stolen. He didn't want it. He liked it in my garage and not in his dining room. That's why I had it for so long. He didn't want to come get it. He wouldn't let me return it. He travels a lot, so it was his schedule that was in question. I work at home. I'm always there. He neglected the bike. He gave it to me. He didn't give it to me. He loaned it to me. Asked
right.
me to keep it for him.
He loaned you the bike.
I took care of it.
Good.
I housed it.
Good.
It was stolen. It's out of my control.
Right.
He neglected the bike a year ago. He loaned it to me a year ago this month.
Your Honor.
Yes, well.
He moved 2 blocks away from my house when he
Doesn't make
moved
any
to West
difference,
Hollywood.
Mr. Pullman.
He could have returned it.
Mr.
And
Pullman.
also, wait, one more thing. I believe that he did neglect the bike because I lent him the bike with a kryptonite lock, and he did not use that lock. He used a chain which could be cut easily.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. Kirk Ryder says his ex-boyfriend Klaus Pullman should pay for the bicycle he borrowed because it was stolen while in his possession.
The only thing that I have to decide is on a value of this bicycle because you did not purchase it. To replace it is a problem because to replace it, what you're seeking is the full replacement value of the bike, which is, you say, $399 to replace a bike of similar quality. Is that what you indicated?
Which is actually less than the bike that was stolen is valued at.
Well, bicycles, listen to me, sir. Bicycles are not like diamonds. They don't appreciate in value.
Oh, I know that.
They depreciate in value. So if it had been bought for $500, it depreciates probably 50% in the first year that somebody has it. So then we're down to $250. That's after 1 year. So you're not going to get anywhere near what this bicycle would cost new. But you have to pay something to him, sir. You accepted it into your care. That's what we call almost a bailment. Even if he was storing it at your house and you agreed to accept it for storage, right, you have a certain responsibility towards it. You said something about this lock.
It's a standard bicycle kryptonite lock. He loaned it to me with the bicycle, but he didn't loan me the key.
So what'd you do with his lock?
The lock is with the bicycle. It stayed with the bicycle. It has a holder for it.
Okay.
Which I couldn't get off without a key.
A tire pump and also a water bottle and cage. All accessories to the bike, which added to the value.
Mr. Ryder, stop getting so excited. It's a bicycle. It's a bicycle that you didn't ride and you didn't miss for a year.
I did ride, Your Honor.
You're irritating me. Listen to me. From the time you lent it to him until March of this year, according to your own statement, you really did not make a request for this bike.
I made one request.
Wait, so evidently
no,
it wasn't
I made two.
Evidently it wasn't something that was right at the forefront, the signpost on your face. You know, it was
well,
just a piece.
I didn't write it because it wasn't in my possession. I had loaned it to a friend. That's why I was not riding the bicycle.
And your friend is going to give you $150 that you can use towards purchasing a new bike. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $150. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
And on the next Judge Judy.
We had talked about my replacing compensating him for the loss of the bike, not because I felt responsible, but because I felt sorry for him.
Bottom line, he's bitter. There's a long, deep story that goes farther than this, but it's because he's bitter.
This is a sad case.
They were too young to love,
How old are you?
16.
and they paid the price.
She doesn't sleep around or fool around or anything. This was the only boy that she had been seeing.
There was never paternity test.
Step forward, please.
45-year-old contractor Vincent Herron claims that Helen Brown's 16-year-old son, Don Trail, made his 16-year-old daughter pregnant. Denise lost the baby. Now Vincent wants them to share the medical costs.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Judge, this is number 84 on the calendar in the matter of Herron versus Brown. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
This is a sad case. Sit down. Pay attention to me, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Herron, this is your daughter, I assume.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendant, who is the mother of this young man, I assume.
Yes, I am.
Because you say that her son made your daughter pregnant. She had a miscarriage. Your medical bills for the miscarriage were almost $2,000, and you want her to pay half. Is that what this lawsuit is about?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I'd like you to step up here. You too. When did your daughter tell you she was pregnant?
The date was, what was the date? I don't
End of September, I believe.
It was around the end of September. That's when I learned of it.
Were you dating?
Yes.
Ms. Brown.
Yes.
I know what the lawsuit is with regard to Mr. Herron. I'd like to hear from you as to why you don't believe you should be responsible for half of these medical bills. Your son is how old, 16?
16, yes. First of all, I don't believe that I'm responsible for half these medical bills because there was never a paternity test to prove that Dontrell was a father. Plus, all the stress that her dad put on her after he found out she was pregnant. I think it was about the latter part of August, I got a call from Mr. Herron telling me that Denise had got caught shoplifting a home pregnancy test, and he was really upset and telling me that he had been nice to Dontrell and Dontrell took advantage. And when I told him, well, it wasn't all Dontrell's fault, and then he tells me, well, yeah, she's the one that came to your house like a common and laid up with them. And so then the next thing I know, she's crying, saying that he had beat her.
Who beat her?
Her father, because he wasn't gonna let her have a, can I say the word?
I would prefer you didn't.
Okay, well, baby. And she stayed with her friends' houses, and even my daughter was concerned about her and was gonna let her stay with her because she was going through a bunch of turmoil. And I feel that all the stress that he put on her, and first of all, you know that being pregnant for the first time, you're scared as it is.
Well, it should, how old are you?
16.
16?
And to have undue stress and pressure put on you by someone that's supposed to be protecting you then. So I feel that he caused the miscarriage by all the stress, and that there was never a paternity test to say that Dontrell was a father. I don't see how he can tell me that I'm responsible for half the medical bills.
Mr. Herron, I'd like to hear from you.
Yes. This is absurd for them to even suggest that her son is not the father. It's an insult and it's appalling.
Well, I don't think it's an insult and it's appalling, Mr. Herron, at all. Quite frankly. I'll address that. I'll address that first, and then I'll get to the stress part.
I would like to say that my daughter has been an honor student for her tenure in school. She's currently the treasurer of her high school. She was elected that. She doesn't sleep around or fool around or anything. This was the only boy that she had been seeing. And the first time I met this young man was he had been arrested for drugs at his junior high school. And Helen here, is pulling, you know, anything, this stuff about beating Denise is just totally absurd.
Is that true, sir?
It's absolutely not.
Did your father hit you, Denise?
No. No.
Would you tell me if he did?
Yes.
There's,
Mr. Herron, what Ms. Brown is saying is not so bizarre as you may think, sir. Two 16-year-olds having sex unprotected, whether it was with him or with anybody else, is stupid. Two 16-year-olds having sex is stupid. Two 16-year-olds having unprotected sex is more stupid, or as my grandson would say, stupider. So, while I'm certain that Dontrell would probably stand up here and proclaim from the rooftops that this was his baby, is that right?
Yes. Well, even after the miscarriage, they stopped by the house. She even offered to help Denise raise the child. You know.
His mother is a little more practical. His mother says, I'm not sure, because 16-year-old with all that testosterone flowing says, yes, the baby is mine. His mother says, how can you be sure?
Well, it's the only thing she has for her defense. This is her defense in chief, and it's all she's got.
Well, Mr. Herron, it's a very good defense, sir.
Well, when I asked her to, you didn't offer, you know, a dime, and she knows deep in her heart. She professes to be a Christian and to come to this court and even suggest that he's not the father.
That's not what she's suggesting, sir. She's not suggesting that he's not the father.
But there's a possibility that...
What she's saying is, under the law, in this jurisdiction and in every other jurisdiction, when you have a child out of wedlock, there is no presumption as who the father is. And in order to determine that, we now have very sophisticated testing to determine parentage of children. You know about those tests. They have blood tests, they have DNA tests, and they can prove within 100% who's the father of that child. What Ms. Herron is saying is, under the law, there is no proof that Dontrell is the father of this child. When you're married, it's a different story. When you're married, the law presumes that you are.
So we're left to go with a preponderance of the evidence here, which my daughter doesn't sleep around. They know that. They know what kind of girl she is. She doesn't have time for it. She's an honor student. She's, you know, keep track of her, you know, as best I can.
You didn't keep track of her very well, sir.
But if she was such an
Just a second, you didn't keep track of her very well.
Well, I said as best I can. You know, I do operate a business, and
Mr. Herron, that's what Ms. Brown is saying.
But if she was such an honorable student and such an honorable person, she wouldn't have swore to tell the truth and then turned around and lied, but you never beat her.
You're the one who's...
Because
listen to me, don't fight with each other. Did you tell Dontrell, who was your boyfriend, that your father hit you at some point in the kitchen in your home? Because that's what's in these papers. Did you tell... No, look at me, don't look at the floor, Ms. Herron. Did you tell that to him?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If my 16-year-old daughter came home pregnant, I guarantee you there'd be a lot of stress in my household. A lot of stress.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. The father of 16-year-old Denise Herron wants Helen Brown to pay the medical cost for Denise's miscarriage because he says Helen's son, Dontrell, was the father.
Did you tell Dontrell, who was your boyfriend, that your father hit you?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, I was upset.
So you told that to Dontrell, that your father hit you. What did you tell him about your father hitting you?
What do you mean, what did I tell?
I want you to tell me what you told him.
I said that he was yelling and got mad at me and started hitting on me.
Where did he hit you?
Hmm?
Where did he hit you?
He didn't. I just told him that I was upset.
Well, why would you tell him that?
Because I was scared he was going to.
So what you did was you told Dontrell a lie. Is that right? Hmm?
Yes.
Do you understand, Mr. Herron?
Yeah, I understand that I'm out $2,000 in medical bills for an instance that I'm not responsible for. And
listen, you are responsible for it. You are responsible for it because this is your daughter.
Yeah, I can't watch all the time, just saying that she can't watch her son, but nonetheless, we're responsible for our minor's actions.
Absolutely
now, I'm
right,
willing
sir.
to accept but why should the burden of this whole thing be placed on me?
Mr. Herron, if your daughter had not had this miscarriage, and if she had had a child, and if there was a paternity test, listen to me, if there was a paternity test, and if it was established that this young man was the father of the child, he would be responsible for the support of that child, along with your daughter, until the child reached age 21. Right now, what Ms. Brown is saying is that while she believes probably that Dontrell is the father of this child, she's not certain. And she's not certain because of the miscarriage, there is no opportunity to conduct blood tests. And they are not married, so the law does not presume her son is the father of this child. So she doesn't feel as if she should be responsible. And in the law,
Well,
she's
certain. She knows. It's
How
only
does she know? Listen,
I'll
the
tell
only
how
way
she
you can
knows.
be certain is if you were there.
That's true. The only she knows, though she's not admitting to it. You know, she knows. If you ask her in her heart if she feels that there could be anybody other than her son, what would you say, Helen? Does Denise
What's
sleep
in my
around?
heart? I don't know what
Your heart-
Denise does. I don't watch Denise.
Tell the court what you think.
I don't watch Denise 24 hours a day, but up until this
You
point...
don't watch him 24 hours.
May I speak, please? I really, like I said, when all of this happened, Denise came to me and I opened up my home and I was there for her. And I really had hoped that she would be lady enough to tell the truth here. But if she can stand here and lie and say that he never hit her and he didn't put her out, why should I believe that it was my son's baby? Because it's so easy for her to tell one lie, she could have told another lie.
Well, what she's already done is she's acknowledged here, after some prodding, that she did, in fact, she says, lie to your son about her father beating her. Now, whether her father beat her or not is really not the issue, but it is an indication that your daughter is able to lie, sir, because she says she lied to him. You understand that? And I understand where you're coming from. You say, listen, there should be two people's responsibility.
Well,
I absolutely agree with you, Mr.
Quite
Herron.
a bit of lying going on. It seems as if Mr. Trell here would be following in his father's footsteps, who I guess is...
What does his father have to do with
Mr. Herron, don't bring... I would suggest, sir, that you not bring other matters into this case which really bear no relevance to it. Dontrell, I'm going to tell you this. You believe that you were the father of this child?
Yes.
Then you pay back Mr. Herron. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then you, sir, have a moral, if not a legal obligation, to do that. Now, you go to school?
Yes.
Do you work?
Yes.
What do you work at?
At a senior citizen's home.
How much do you get paid?
$5 an hour.
And what do you do with that money?
Oh, I haven't gotten paid
Speak
yet.
up, sir.
I haven't gotten paid yet, ma'am.
When did you start working there?
It's just a summer job.
And you're going to keep that summer job?
Yes.
Well, then I would suggest, Mr. Brown, that if you want to try to get back into this family's reasonable graces, you're never going to get into their good graces, but reasonable, and assume some sort of moral responsibility for an act that you probably had something to do with, you will see to it that each time you get a paycheck, Mr. Herron gets a check or a money order. Do you understand? Hey.
Yes.
What are you looking at? Where are you looking? All over the place. Do you understand that?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You got to learn to keep your pants zipped up, sir.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Vincent Herron says Helen Brown's teenage son made his teenage daughter pregnant, so they should share the medical costs.
Your mother is quite correct. She's not responsible because they're not able to establish, because there's no baby here, that you're the father of this child. If you believe that you are, sir, you pay for it. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, are you going to do it?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
No, I don't. Listen,
I'm the only one lying here?
Just a second. I'm telling you this. I don't know whether you two young people still see each other, either with your parents' knowledge or without their knowledge. But if there is any remote possibility that you will have a long-term relationship, any, you better start paying back Mr. Herron. And listen to me, Denise. Look at me. I'm not going to ask you whether you still see him because I'm not going to create any more difficulty than already exists. But if he doesn't start making those payments starting this week when he gets paid to your father, I would suggest to you that he does not have the kind of character that you want to hook up with permanently. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good.
Your Honor, would a
Yes.
preponderance of the evidence suggest here that if he says that he's the father, I know that he is, Denise knows, Helen knows, but wouldn't the preponderance of the evidence indicate that I should get some kind of judgment?
Absolutely not, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely not, sir. There is not a preponderance. Listen to
As much
me.
in her favor as it is in mine.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You could bring anybody in off the street and say, I believe that they're the father of this unborn child. I want to be paid half of my outlay of medical costs. The only question that I asked your daughter here today, Mr. Heron, was whether or not you beat her. She said initially no. Then we went back to her and I said, did you tell him that your father beat you? She said yes. Listen to me. You say it never happened. That means somebody is lying. Do you understand?
There's no record of violence at our house at all.
No, listen to me. Your daughter said, Mr. Heron, that she told Dontrell that you beat her. That was, therefore, according to you, a lie. Is that right?
What does that have to do with the responsibility of the medical bills here? This is what I'm suing for.
Mr. Heron, you wanted, in order for you to establish, to my satisfaction, by a preponderance of the evidence, sir, that this unborn child was his child, I would have to believe...
He said, I said it, she
no,
said it. She's
I would have to believe your daughter. In a situation where the law in this jurisdiction does not hold any presumption of paternity, I am not prepared to do that. The only thing I am prepared to do is to make a moral judgment that if this young man believes that he is the father of this child, then he has the moral responsibility at age 16 to defray some of the medical costs. But his mother does not have that responsibility because she is entitled to know whether her son fathered this child before she puts her hand in her pocket.
But yet I'm responsible for my minor. She's not responsible for hers, you know.
No, sir, unfortunately, as the father of a daughter, that's true. That's true. It seems somewhat inequitable. That's what they have paternity tests for, sir.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Could I suggest this without the paternity test to indicate that it's 1 in a million chance? Is there a possibility of getting part of the judgment? I mean, instead of saying that I'm wrong totally, I mean...
No, Mr. Heron, I just told you he's supposed to pay the whole $900 because that's half of your medical bills, $900 and some odd dollars. What is it?
With me saying that I think the baby is mine, but would it matter the cause of the miscarriage?
No, doesn't matter the cause of the miscarriage, sir. That's what you put in your answer. You say because her father placed her under a great deal of stress. No. Listen to me. I'm going to get on his case. I want you to be quiet. What you're saying is because her father placed her under a great deal of stress, that caused the miscarriage, and therefore you shouldn't be responsible. I want to tell you something. If my 16-year-old daughter came home pregnant, right, and the father, she said, was another 16-year-old who went to high school, I guarantee you there'd be a lot of stress in my household. A lot of stress. You got to learn to keep your pants zipped up, sir. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Keep yourself busy. Get 2 jobs. Think. Use your brain. You know, this is the time for you to use your brain. I know using other parts of your anatomy don't require that much effort, all right? But get 2 jobs because he's out money, and if what you believe is true, that you are the father of this child, if you believe that, then you have a responsibility, even at age 16, to help defray the costs. We understand each other?
Yes.
That's all.
All right, excuse you may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
On the next Judge Judy. Alyssa goes with Steve. Steve and Maria had a baby. Alyssa says Maria keyed her Mustang.
Don't give me a lot of baloney. I know everything.
Real people. Judge Judy.
we discuss this in here. I don't want to get into it. If you want to question them, I'm through with the case.
This is really ludicrous that we'd have to be drug into court behind it. I mean, I thought it was a joke when he told me that he was suing me. I really did, because I didn't see how he could. I wouldn't want him to be seeing her anyway, because I don't trust this guy, because he's a total nutcase. He's a totally unbalanced, and if he was to catch them together, if he beat up his own daughter, I'd hate to see what he did to my son.
I just think he was trying to get more money than what, because the bill wasn't really no $900. His insurance paid for half of it, so he's trying to get more into his pocket.
A family divided by jail, bail, and the girl he left behind.
His mother and his brother bail him out, not you.
Well, I don't think they bailed him out because supposedly I was with a quote-unquote another guy.
And she mentioned another man.
That suggests to me that you took him back when he got out of jail.
No.
Yes, you did. I didn't. Intra-family dispute. According to this complaint, Mrs. Thompson, this is one of your sons.
My oldest son.
And this is your youngest son.
Right.
And it says here that you and your youngest son laid out $5,000 in bail money for the defendant.
Yes.
Who was incarcerated at the time for what, sir?
Domestic violence.
Against this lady?
Yes.
Who is now your witness?
Yes.
And you asked your mother and brother to bail you out?
Yes.
So what happened?
Okay, he told us that he would be receiving over $3,000 income tax money and that he would be able to pay us back.
He called you from jail?
He was calling us from jail every day.
How long had he been in jail at this time?
He had been in there almost 2 months. I guess about 7 weeks.
So this wasn't the first time you had been arrested for domestic violence, is
No,
that right? How many times have you been arrested for domestic
3.
violence? 3 times.
Yes.
In what period of time?
Like all 10 years.
All involving this lady?
Yes.
This time they kept you in,
Yes.
and you called your mom.
Yes.
So what did you do?
Okay, he was calling me twice a day, and then he was wanting to speak to Stacy, his lady. He wanted to speak to her and the children, and I was alarmed because they didn't have a phone. So it ran my bill up to over $400. I'm sorry, it ran it up to $442 in telephone collect calls.
From jail?
And yes, from jail. So she came over and she told...
How close do you live to her?
Across the street. Across the street and maybe 2 buildings down. And he was asking about bailing him out because she was saying that they weren't getting along. I mean, that she was not going to be with him when he came out. And
Stop playing with the paper, sir. Put them down.
And she mentioned another man that she was seeing. And so I mentioned it to Derek, and he felt that he had to, he wanted to be out. He didn't want me to say anything about what was going on over there. In the meantime, she also brought over, they've been together for 6 years living, and she brought over 3 big plastic bags of clothing of his. And she said because when he came out, she didn't want him back there. And
well, so far that sounds smart, but I have a sense that changed.
Yes. So in the meantime, he was calling to ask us if we would bail him out.
So you did. Who put up the money?
My son Daryl put up $2,000. He moved in with me rather than find another place to let his brother have the $2,000 that he was borrowing. And the $3,000 balance, I had to put a lien on my home to put up to make the full amount of the $5,000.
What did you do with the $5,000? Tell me physically, what did you do with it once you had it?
We bailed Derek out.
How did you do that?
We used the bail bondsman.
We used the bail bondsman.
And the bail bondsman wanted the whole $5,000?
No, he wanted $2,000 at first, which I had paid up cash, and $3,000 later deferred in payments, which he was supposed to make arrangements to pay back.
And I had to put the lien in my home.
And she put her home up also
as collateral.
Yes, yes.
Was that domestic violence matter finally resolved?
No, it is not.
Well, you know, you get that money back as long as he shows up in court, less a fee.
You don't get the 10% back.
We're talking about just the 10%.
Yes, you don't get the 10% back.
Bond,
we have it right here.
His bail was $50,000.
Yeah, it was
and we had to put
bail.
$5,000 there. The $5,000 we don't get
Your
back.
bail was $50,000?
Yes.
Let me see the papers. This must have been some domestic violence. They don't give murderers $50,000
He had another
bail.
charge also.
What?
Child molestation or whatever.
Yes.
Fight. And then we did bail him out for that. He is out on bail.
Which child?
I don't know.
One of
I'm
his
not sure
children?
about it.
No,
I don't know.
no.
I don't know about it.
Yeah, you had $50,000 bail. That's what it says.
Yes, and we did put up $5,000
And we had
for
to put the $5,000.
which he does owe us. Now, another thing, he had said that he was going to pay us back once he got his tax returns, and he had went and filed his taxes.
And this is the
She
proof
has the
showing...
proof showing that he had received his tax, getting back his income tax money without paying us back the cash money, which we had put up, which he had promised to pay back. Because personally, I had talked to him like twice over the phone. He was saying, "Well, if you bail me out, I promise as soon as I file my taxes, I'm gonna pay you right back or whatever else. I got so and so amount waiting for me."
Did I not offer you $1,000? I had $1,000 of dollars and I gave it to you.
No, you didn't pay me anything.
Don't talk to each other. Talk to me.
Okay.
Yes, you both acknowledge that he offered you $1,000.
He offered me $1,000. I told him I wanted $2,000, which he had owed me, not part of it in payment.
Is your mother's house still collateral for this bail?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, why haven't you paid anything to the bail bondsman?
Oh, well, how am I supposed to? I lost my job when I got out.
He gets unemployment.
Just a second.
I do.
But where did you get the $1,000 from?
I was working part-time, and I made $1,000.
So why didn't you just pay that to the bail bondsman to at least take $1,000 off the lien that your mom had on her house?
I guess I wasn't thinking about it.
Sounds to me like
I
you've
had
done a
made
lot of not
arrangements-
thinking.
I had made arrangements with the bail bondsman to make payments.
So how many payments did you
I
make
have
to the
made
bail?
none.
Let me understand this. You made arrangements with the bail bondsman to make payments, but you haven't made any.
Yes.
Why not?
Well, I made arrangements with the bail bondsman. He said when I get it, then they give it to him.
But until that time, sir, your mother is on the hook. Why don't you just make the payments to the bail bondsman? Why didn't you give the bail bondsman $1,000 and say, this is on account, take $1,000 off my mother's lien on her house?
It's true.
But in the meantime, he's received the $3,000 tax money that he didn't pay
me back. He said he
What'd you do with
I have received $3,000.
Just a second.
He got a van fixed, and it was over $2,000 worth of damage on it.
He took the money and blew it.
No, number one, the van was not, her mother paid for the van to get fixed.
Thank you.
I didn't pay for anything.
Step up here. How can I ask you a couple of questions?
Thank you very much.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I really feel sorry for your 4 children. God, 4 children. Don't
Well, I
realize the
feel sorry
mistake
for them.
after you have 1 or 2 or 3, you gotta have 4 children with him. Gee whiz.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Daryl Thompson and his mom are suing his brother Derek for money they say they paid to bail him out of jail.
How many children do you have with him?
4.
4 children with him. And how many times have you had him arrested for domestic violence?
Oh, a couple.
What?
A couple.
A couple is 2. How many?
I don't know, 2, 3 times, a couple.
About 8 times.
Excuse me. It has never been 8 times.
Just a second.
You want to see 8 times?
Let me ask you this.
Look
Even
in
broke
the
her
records.
hand
Thank
once
you.
trying to hit him.
Just a second.
This is why we were splitting up, because of our problems. So I took my stuff over to his mother's house because that's where he was going to be staying. As far as me having another man, that's none of their business.
Just a second.
That was
But
between her.
what my problem is, based upon the answer to their complaint and your counterclaim, because you say there was an argument, you came over to get your money, and you say she hit you in the face.
Yes.
That suggests to me that you took him back when he got out of jail.
No.
Yes, you
I
did.
did. Excuse me.
Shh. Go ahead.
No, I did not take him back. He stayed at my house for 2 times because I care about him a great deal. He is my kid's father. I let him stay there. Fine. I had no problem with it. We were still separated at this time. The whole time that he was at my house, it was like a jealousy thing that she had. The whole time he was at my house, I was not even away. I was not even there.
We just want the money back, primarily.
Just a second. Just a second. Tell me about your countersuit. Let me hear the countersuit.
Oh, I have a countersuit because when she came over one day, you know, she kicked him out of the house because she said he was staying at my house.
That's not the reason for the
I'm getting
countersuit.
there. I'm getting there.
I did not kick him out.
Hey,
You brought my clothes.
listen to me.
Well, she had, at this point, she had told her dad that I had supposedly disrespected her when he brought the clothes over. I'm getting to the part. Thank you.
Just get to it fast. You're standing out in the front
she came over
lawn.
to my house and accused me of not letting him see the kids. He was at my house seeing the kids. So I went downstairs to confront her about it, and I told her, I said, you know, I'm tired of these lies. If you don't like it, get off my property, leave. That's when she swung at me.
And where did she hit you?
She hit me right here in my left cheek. And she also wrote this letter.
Just a second. When she hit you in your left cheek, did you go to the doctor?
No, I went to the police though because I figured I was going to.
Did you go to the doctor?
There was no need to.
But you're suing her for $2,000. What are you suing her for $2,000 for?
Emotional distress.
What happened? All right.
Just that, you know, that she did it in front of her grandchildren, my children, other neighborhood kids. And also I have this letter here saying that she has my social security number, my checking account number, and she's going to do harm to us because the money was not paid. I have no part of this. Why she got my social security number? Why is she going to do this? Can you look at this, please?
And
This
then
isn't
stating
her
how much
handwriting?
I was supposed to pay too.
Yes, it's her handwriting.
She wrote down how much I was supposed to pay back.
Yeah, it went from her money went from $500 to $3,000.
The $500 is what he promised that he would pay back on my telephone bill, plus money that he owed on rings that I let them use my Zelle credit card.
Just a second. Stop. I can't read and listen to you at the same time.
I'm sorry.
This is a very straightforward letter. It says, Derek and Stacy, that's you two.
Yes.
Your tax refund was sent directly to Stacy's checking account with the checking account number, and it was mailed on March 21st.
I don't have a checking account.
We want our $2,500 today. Nothing wrong with this letter. Let me ask you this question. You had him arrested for domestic violence, which means he physically hurt you. How many times?
A few.
How many times did you sue him? How many times did you sue him?
Have I sued him? I've never sued him.
Why not? He put his hands on you. Why didn't you sue him?
Because the DA automatically picks it up, and I have no.
No. You can go to small claims court and sue him for assault. Sue him for hurting you. I assume that he hurt you very badly. If he was in jail on $50,000 bail.
No, that's not what
But
$50,000 was
why
for.
are you suing her? And I don't excuse the fact that she slapped you in the face, but you say yourself you weren't injured. Why in the world would I award you $2,000?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm very heartbroken, and I feel very hurt by the not being able to be with my grandchildren anymore.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Daryl Thompson and his mom are suing his brother Derek for money they say they paid to bail him out of jail.
Why in the world would I award you $2,000?
Just for the strain and everything that she's caused on me. My kids don't even want to be around them. I have a little baby.
I want to tell you something about strain. Let's talk about strain. Let's talk about these two people that live right across the street from you. You have 4 children with their father. Every other Monday and Thursday, he's getting arrested for domestic violence. He's also arrested for child molestation. This prize package has $50,000 bail on him. His parents bail him out. His mother and his brother bail him out. Not you, the mother of his 4 children. They bail him out.
Well, I don't think they bailed him out because supposedly I was with a quote-unquote another guy.
What different? No, they bailed him out.
He never, you know, it's not like he put a gun to their head and told them to do it. He did it they did it on their own.
I want to tell you something. I feel
that
very
has
sorry.
nothing to do with me, though. I shouldn't have to be problems with her or her daughter either.
What I'm telling you is, and you're not listening to me, I really feel sorry for your 4 children. God, 4 children. Don't realize the mistake after you have 1 or 2 or 3. You got to have 4 children with him. Gee whiz. Listen, you're entitled to your money. Your house should not be in jeopardy.
Thank you.
Right? And you bailed your brother out. I assume you did so with the best of intentions.
Yes.
I'm going to suggest something else to you. This isn't the last time he's going to get arrested. That's my sense. Hold on to your house. Hold on to your house.
Yes, I learned a lesson from this.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, and the countersuit is dismissed. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back, go to your right, please.
The children are welcome in my house anytime.
Yeah, well, I don't want them over your house. The way you treat this family.
Stacey, okay? We just wanted the money back.
Well, good, you got your money, but you don't have to go through all this other Oh, I his friends.
Yes.
Excuse me, I his friend. Yeah, you better check yourself.
The family can hurt you the most.
Parties on Regas versus Foster. Step forward, please.
Carlos Regas, a massage therapist, loaned money to his neighbor Chris Foster to help pay his mortgage, but says he was never paid back.
You lent him money to make 2 mortgage payments so he wouldn't lose his house. Is that right?
That is correct.
Well, why did you lend him money? Were you friends? Did you know?
Friends, yeah. I've known Chris for about a year and a half. When I moved into the neighborhood, I'm renting a house like 2 doors down. And he would help us out, you know, cutting grass, helping around the garage, things like that. And so we became friends. And then, fortunately, his mother-in-law passed away, and they inherited a house.
They what?
They inherited the house. The house she was living in, yeah. And they came to me, let me know that there was a situation that had aroused, that they found out that the house was 2 months behind in mortgage. They had a friend of the family that was going to be able to help them out. And I said, you know, if you need any help, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Came to me a few days later saying they couldn't get hold of these people, this friend, if I would help them out. And I said, yeah, sure. You know, what do you need? Say it was 2 months behind. This is the amount we need.
How much?
It was $1,791.60.
And you made, according to your papers, checks payable directly to the mortgage company?
Yeah, to his mortgage company, yes. And I said, you know, I can't afford to lose this money. You know, so don't worry about it. I'll give it back to you within 5 days to 2 weeks, because these people will probably be back in town. I think he said they're on vacation. They'll come back in town. We'll contact them, get the money. I'll pay you back. And that was May 6, 1996.
Why didn't you pay him back the money, or did you?
Oh no, I haven't. And the reason why that why that transpired is because that the mortgage company is supposed to refinance on the properties so we can get the equity to pay him back immediately.
What does that have to do with him? That's your problem.
I understand you. I do understand you.
Well, why didn't you pay him back the money?
Because, as I said, it's not matter of I don't want to pay back him the money or anything like that. That wasn't a deliberate thing not to pay back. It's within all my intentions
Well, how many
to do
payments?
So.
Listen, sir,
Aye.
Mr. Foster.
Aye.
How many payments? How many $50 payments did you give him in the last year?
None whatsoever.
How many $25 payments did you give him in the last year?
None whatsoever.
Well, that makes you a deadbeat. That makes you a deadbeat, sir. This man who is not related to you by blood, is that right?
Yeah.
Just a friend.
Uh-huh.
For a year. You came to him and you said, I'm in trouble. I don't want to lose this house that I just inherited. Can you help me out for a short time? Is that what you said to him?
Yeah.
He said, sure. Nice man. Listen, I should take your number in case I ever get into any problem. He wrote out checks. Did he ask you to sign a note?
No.
Did he ask you for collateral?
Yes.
What collateral did you give him?
He suggested that we have antique furniture there within the garage. He will take them as collateral for payment or holding them until we can get the money to...
Does he have the furniture now?
He didn't come back and pick them up, my lady.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Let me explain something to you, sir. You have no case. None. He's 100% right. He's a very nice man. And you stiffed him. No?
No.
No, you...
No.
I'm telling you, you stiffed him. Let me ask you this question, sir. Who do you live with?
My wife and my kids.
How many kids?
3 kids.
You feed them?
Sure.
They have clothes?
Definitely.
Where do they get the clothes from?
The store.
Who buys them?
Myself and my wife.
You feed them?
Yes, I do.
Where do they get the food from?
The store. Where we work, we take care of it, yeah.
That's right. Something, goodwill over the last year, an effort, some small effort to show this man that he wasn't taken for a fool would have gone a long way. Something to say, I can't give it back to you, something happened. But he is not a partner in your misfortune. You just made this perfect stranger a partner in your misfortune. Mr. Regas, you are entitled to your judgment. I am granting you your judgment. You're not even asking for interest. Is that right?
No, ma'am. I just want to get back what I put into it.
Judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,791.60. You're a good guy, sir. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And on the next Judge Judy.
That is one thing we both have an understanding of, you know.
It's done, it's over.
Yeah.
I have no.
There's no war between us. There wasn't any, you understand? There wasn't any hard feeling animosities on either party. Sure, without any problem.
She came and emptied out the apartment, but the agreement was she was going to give me the ring that day.
They were planning to live happily ever after, but now that the romance hit the rocks, he wants the ring back.
Who broke the engagement?
She did.
Is that correct?
That's incorrect, Your Honor.
If you have problems before you're married, usually they get worse.
When his fiancée, Barbie Coppola, called off their wedding 2 weeks before the date, she kept the engagement ring. Barbie says the ring was a gift.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Sir. Judge, this is case number 185 on the calendar in the matter of West versus Coppola. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please. Sir, have a seat.
Mr. West, you want the engagement ring back after 4 years.
Yes.
What took you so long?
We were supposed to get married in '95.
Yes.
And so it took time. She told me we should get back. We had an agreement. We got together a couple times.
You were supposed to get married.
Yes.
Who broke the engagement?
She did.
Is that correct?
That's incorrect, Your Honor. There was a postponement. We postponed the wedding. It was something we
Well, somebody had to say, I think we ought to postpone the wedding. Who said that?
We both did, Your Honor.
She did.
We both seen premarital counselors, and we were advised by the counselors that the problems we were having were not going to change within 1 month's time. We were
so
supposed
you
to be...
postponed the wedding?
That's correct.
Let's say you postponed the wedding. According to your complaint, sir, despite the fact that you postponed the wedding, I found it odd that you went on your honeymoon.
Yes. Everything was paid for. Everything was paid for.
So you figured you might as well?
Yeah, we were staying together. We weren't breaking up. We just postponed the wedding.
Okay. You are married to someone else?
That's correct. Almost 1 year next month.
Tell me, Mr. West, she's married for almost a year to somebody else. What took you so long to get around to asking for the ring back?
No, it's been asked for back since the beginning. It's been told it would be given back. It would be given back. We get together. It wasn't given back. I seen her in January of this year. It wasn't given back then. She might have been married, but I still saw her at her apartment.
It was December. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ultimately, after you were seeing each other, after the wedding was initially postponed, you both decided, I assume, that this was not a relationship that should result in a marriage.
Yes.
Was that a mutual decision?
No, that was her again.
You didn't have a clue?
Your Honor?
You didn't have a clue?
No, I didn't. No. We had problems, but I didn't think. No, I didn't.
If you listen to me, sir. If you have problems before you're married, you're supposed to think about whether or not these are going to get better. Usually they get worse, right? Usually the best time you're supposed to have is when you're courting and engaged, and it's supposed to be light and fun. The problems are usually after you get married, the little frustrations that you have. So you're not married now, are you?
No.
Just think about that for next time. It's just good advice. I won't charge you for it. He gave you the ring in anticipation of getting married.
That's correct.
Why isn't he entitled to his ring back? Where is the ring, by the way?
It's not in my possession. I took it back to the jewelry store where it was bought from.
You took it back to the jewelry store?
That's correct. That is correct.
When?
In '95, after we broke up, officially broke up.
Yes?
Yes, and I took it back. I did not want it, and I was never asked for it back. Did not want it.
Well, when you gave it back to them, did you just say, here's the ring, I don't want it anymore?
No, I took it back to the jewelry store.
Did you get the money?
Yes.
Oh.
Your Honor, let me just explain one thing, Your Honor.
Shh.
Order.
Can I explain one thing, please?
Sure.
I purchased many of gifts from Mr. West, appliances such as refrigerators, televisions, VCRs, air conditioners, etc. I'm paying them for all my credit cards today, presently, still paying for them. I never asked for anything back. That was a portrait of being married as well.
What about Mr. West? Did he have any expenditure of money as a result of this wedding? According to him, he did.
No, that's incorrect as well. Myself and my mother and Mr. West's mother did all of the arrangements. We had a joint checking account, which we both paid for deposits on the wedding. That was not anything he did solely on his own.
No, but you did it so. You
we did it together,
did it together.
So we both took a loss,
Okay,
Your
that
Honor.
was.
We both took a loss.
Until the time we broke up, it was a joint checking account and everything, but I've been paying, we've been broken up now for two and a half years. I've been paying since then. I'm still paying on the wedding, the $5,000 loan,
And I'm still paying
the
for gifts that
$3,500
I've
credit
given
card.
him in his home that he still has, Your
Okay,
Honor.
well,
refrigerators.
listen to me. There's a difference between a gift.
That's what this was.
Listen to me. Okay. There's a difference between a gift and an engagement ring. An engagement ring is a gift that's given in contemplation of two people getting married. And that's different from a refrigerator or an air conditioner or a coffee pot or anything else. It's different. So then let's get to the answer to the question that I asked you before. You brought the ring back to the jeweler.
That's correct.
Mr. West, how much did you pay for the ring?
$33.27.
And you brought the ring back to the same jeweler where it had been purchased.
That
And
is
how
correct.
much money did you get for the ring?
$2,100, Your Honor.
Do you have the receipt for the jeweler?
Yes, I
from
do.
that? Could I
It's
have
right
it, please?
And that was in October, Your Honor.
Did you ever tell Mr. West that you would give him back the ring?
Nope, he never asked for it.
They told me they were giving back the ring when I gave him back the stuff from the apartment. She came and emptied out the apartment.
That is incorrect as well.
She came and emptied out the apartment. My landlord at the time.
What did she take out of the apartment?
Everything, all the gifts that I did purchase for her, they were rightfully hers, so I let them take her. Precious moments, boxes, dishes,
They were
everything
mine,
she wanted.
Your Honor. Okay.
Hey.
They were gifts, so they were hers, so I let her take them. But the agreement was she was going to give me the ring that day. She went back out in the car with her mother, decided she was not going to give the ring back to me. And I closed the door and said she couldn't come in. My name was only Alicia, then she couldn't have any more until I got it. So she stood out there with the cellular phone that we purchased together and said if I did not let her in and get the rest of the stuff, she was going to pop a fever blister that she got in Jamaica and say I punched her in the face if I didn't let her take it.
Your Honor.
So that's what I did. I opened the door, I let her take the rest of her stuff, and that was it. That's part of the reason why it took so long, because this is what I had to go through.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He called me an N-lover, N-lover, N-lover is what he called me. So you tell me what it's about.
And later today.
That's usually cheap and easy to make a new baby. That doesn't cost you very much, sometimes just a nice romantic dinner, right?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 26-year-old Timothy West is suing his former fiancée, Barbie Coppola, because she refused to return the ring. Barbie says that Timothy is a racist and is only suing her now because she's involved with a Jamaican.
Did you go to the house at any time to retrieve any property?
Yes, I did.
And did you go there with your mother?
Yes, I did. This is my mom right here.
Mm-hmm. Step up. Tell me your name.
Hi, Gwen Coppola.
Ms. Coppola, you remember going with your daughter to the
yes,
apartment
I
that you
do.
shared with the plaintiff?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell me what kind of a vehicle were you driving?
My car, a white Buick LeSabre.
And in that car...
No.
That was incorrect. It was my car that I paid for with the loan for the wedding.
Wrong. We were in Barbie's.
We were in an Audi.
In an Audi.
That's
I'm
correct.
sorry.
Okay. And what did you put in the Audi?
2 bags of Precious Moments.
What's Precious Moments?
They're a collector's
figurines.
Figurine.
That's what I collect, and they were
and
purchased.
I bought the figurines for her.
90% of them.
I'm speaking to your mother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And some things that, when my mom died, had given to Barbie. And that's what Barbie walked out of the apartment with.
Did you ever have, Ms. Coppola, any discussion with your daughter about the engagement ring?
No.
Ms. Coppola, I'm going to ask you that
Oh, you
question
mean-
again. Let's try it just
Go
a
ahead.
second. Let's try, take a deep breath. Let's try it one more time. Did you ever have a discussion with your
Yes.
daughter about the engagement
Yes.
ring? All right. At the time that she broke up with the plaintiff, tell me about the discussion you had with your daughter about the ring.
The time that she broke up with him?
Yes.
No. Not when she broke up with him. Barbie asked me a year later, maybe less than a year later, did I think it was right for her to sell the ring because she needed money at the time? And I said, sure. I think it's right that you should sell it. Absolutely.
Why did you think it was right that she should sell it?
That was the only possession that she came out of this whole...
Besides diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, diamond everything.
Mr. West.
Sorry.
That was what she came out of this whole relationship with. Besides ulcers and heartache.
Well, your daughter was the one who, I assume, ultimately decided that, that this was not a marriage that should take place. She married shortly, within a year after this breakup. You're the present husband?
Yes, Mom.
And you met him in Jamaica?
That's correct.
According to your answer. And also, according to your complaint, the defendant had visited Jamaica several times during your engagement. Is that
true.
right?
That's true.
Is that right? Alone?
Alone. With her sister and her sister's husband.
No,
Just a second.
My
Is that
oldest
what-
daughter is married to a Jamaican.
Just a second.
That's why we visit.
Just a second.
Okay.
But you had visited Jamaica several times with your sister.
And her husband.
And her husband.
Who's from Jamaica.
And that's where you met him.
No.
Where did you meet him?
I met him in April of '96 in
Where?
Jamaica. I was with my mother and my girlfriend and her boyfriend and his mother. It was totally different, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, in April of '96, you didn't have the ring anymore, or you
No,
did?
I did not.
So you sold it before. Now, your mother says that you sold the ring because you needed money.
That's correct.
Good. Well, you had no right to sell the ring. I believe the plaintiff when he says that there was an agreement that if he gave you back the stuff, you were going to give him back the ring. In any event, whether there was that kind of an agreement or not, an engagement ring is a gift made in contemplation of getting married. And it sounds to me, even if I believe at best your story, that this was a mutual decision not to marry. Mutual.
Can I
If
say-
it is, no, say nothing. If it is a mutual decision not to marry, or if it's your decision, the woman's decision not to marry, in practically every jurisdiction, the ring goes back to the person who gave the ring, which is usually the fella. I mean, my feeling has always been different. My feeling is whoever decides that a marriage shouldn't take place, that usually is a good thing rather than a marriage taking place that's a mistake, and the ring should be returned. In any event, the ring should have been returned to him. I'm certain that at the time that the engagement was broken, he asked you for it, because it doesn't sound right to me that he wouldn't say, could I have my ring back that I paid $3,300 for? I don't believe that he didn't ask for the ring back. I don't believe that he didn't ask for the ring back, madam. You have a receipt for this ring, sir?
Yes, I do.
May I have it, please? Total value of the ring was $3,327. That's what was paid for the ring. The fact that you sold it for less is really totally irrelevant to me. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,327. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Guess
Back
what?
with you, right, please.
Good always prevails. I'm walking away from here a winner because I got the best husband a woman could ever ask for.
And now the next case.
Parties on Gonzalez versus Sandoval. Step forward, please.
27-year-old auto mechanic Gabriel Gonzalez and his girlfriend Ruby Sandoval had a baby 8 years ago. Before they broke up, he bought a crib for their son. Now he wants it back for his new girlfriend's baby. Ruby says she doesn't know where it is.
You two folks have a child together.
Yes, we do.
Boy or a girl?
Boy.
How old?
He's going to be 9 on April 5th.
And I gather from your papers that you were never married. Is that right?
Correct.
Mr. Gonzalez, tell me what you're suing for and why.
Basically, Your Honor, I would like the crib back because I paid for it with my hard-earned cash. I bought it for my son. He no longer uses it, and now my fiance right here is pregnant. She's almost due any day now, any minute now, and I'd like the crib back.
After almost 9 years.
Well, Your Honor, I repeatedly asked for the crib when we first split up, and she told me to basically go to hell. Right now, we are having a custody situation right now, and when I had my attorney and filed the paperwork for the custody, I asked her to ask the judge presiding on the case, can you please ask about the crib? And she said, no, right now is not the time.
That's a lie.
And back in '95, when we signed the stipulation because the courts were behind, I asked for the crib back again. She said, right now is not the time. Let's settle the custody issue first, and then after that, then we'll go about the crib. Well, the custody issue is now dragged on for a little over 2 years now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You each have the child half the time. Why is he paying any child support? Just because he's the man doesn't mean he pays child support.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gabriel Gonzalez wants an expensive baby crib back from his ex-girlfriend, Ruby Sandoval. She says he only wants the crib because they are in the middle of a custody battle.
Let me just understand this. You each see this child, spend substantial amounts of time with this child. Is that
Yes.
right?
Right now we have a joint stipulation. He spends 1 week, 1 full week with me and 1 full week with his mother.
How is he doing with this 1 week on and 1 week off situation?
Well, he's not doing very happy. He wants to spend his time with me. That's why I've gone back to court, because the stipulation that we signed, he was to be back and forth 1 week. He's never really liked that. He's always wanted to stay with me. I support him in his school, his sports. She doesn't bring him to his practices. She don't bring him to his games.
Mr. Gonzalez, a child needs two parents.
I understand that.
And it's just very unfortunate that the two of you couldn't come to some sort of an arrangement where each of you could spend time with him. You know, this business of 1 week on and 1 week off may be nice for you, but it's usually not nice for a child. It's usually nicer if there is some sort of an arrangement where there is continuity in seeing both parents, you know. Monday through Thursday, you're with one, and then you sort of go off to the other one, rather than a total and complete break. That sometimes works when the baby is a year old or 2 years old, but as a child gets older, they usually like to have roots someplace. Has anybody tried mediation with the two of you and the boy?
We've gone to a conciliation court that didn't resolve nothing, and now, right now, as we speak, there's a custody evaluation. The evaluator has come out and talked to me. He's talked to her. There's also been a social worker involved, and we have a court date coming up in the end of October. And
is this your only child, sir?
yes, it is.
Is this your only child?
Yes.
Well, if this is your only child, and I assume that both of you are good parents, then I'm really sorry that conciliation didn't work, because it should have. Mr. Gonzalez, it's been 8 years, almost 9. How come you didn't save up for a new crib, sir?
How come I didn't save up for a new crib?
Yeah, if you made a baby. You made a new baby.
I understand that.
That's usually cheap and easy to make a new baby. That doesn't cost you very much, sometimes just a nice romantic dinner, right?
Right?
Okay?
Okay.
But you have to be prepared for a new baby.
Well,
Being prepared for a new baby doesn't mean a 9-year-old crib, Mr. Gonzalez.
Well, if you look at the crib, Your Honor, the crib did cost $800. She wasn't satisfied with just the low-budget crib. She did have to have the top-of-the-line crib.
Mr. Gonzalez, if you went to a garage sale and somebody was selling a 9-year-old crib, maybe you would spend $50 for it, sir. Maybe. Maybe. Come on. What's this really all about? Is this really all about a crib?
This is just he's just rebelling because we're going through court and all that. He's just trying to get me in whatever he possibly could. He's dragging me to courts. He has brought my son out of school several times, which is not even right. He's supposed to be in school, learning, which, you know, he takes him out of school in order to put him in the spot between him and I and just see us arguing, which I don't think that's very appropriate. The child should be in school, learning, and be away from the parents' problems.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Let me ask you another question. Do either of you pay child support to the other for this child?
He's supposed to pay child support, but he's late all the time. He hasn't paid for this month.
Is your arrangement, do you have the child 1 week and he has the child 1 week?
I have custody of my child for yes. It's alternate
Why does he
weeks.
pay child support then?
What does he pay?
Why? You each have the child half the time. Why is he paying any child support? Do you work?
I'm trying to get a job every time I get a job.
Just a second. Is the answer you work or you don't work?
At the present time, yes, I am working.
So you are supporting yourself? Do you get any kind of aid from the state?
No.
Fine. Well, I don't understand why he's paying child support then.
Your Honor, I also pay for him to go to private school, pay for his uniforms, pay for his sports activities, football, baseball.
That's nice. You're his father. I just was talking about child support. If you each have the child same amount of time, you should each pay your own tab when the child is with you, at least up until now. That sounds fair to me. You understand?
Yeah.
Just because he's the man doesn't mean he pays child support. Parents pay child support. Look, Mr. Gonzalez, You gonna have a new baby?
Yes, Your Honor.
Buy a new crib. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. Step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're right, please.
And on the next Judge Judy.
He's my world to me. He's number one to me, and he always will be.
Takes him out of school. Not
We'll
very
find out.
important.
We'll find
Not
out.
very
We'll find
important.
out. You're the one that doesn't even pay for his school. Where are you going?
No, I got it.
Where are you going?
This is wasting my time.
You believed he was your boyfriend?
He was living at my house, Your Honor. He was sleeping in my bed.
No, I never slept in your bed.
She says he owes her. He says he did house repairs.
What did you do to repair the light fixtures?
I took the old fixture and put a new one in.
He changed the bulb.
Hey, listen! You should have scrubbed the floors if you were living... He was needy.
Yes.
So you want your loans, this money back?
Yes.
Because you're no longer an item.
That's correct.
And for your part, sir, you have a rather interesting defense, and your defense is she was generous to a fault, right?
Right.
And that you did a lot of work around the house.
Right.
So, when did you meet him? How long did you see him? Did you live with him? And why did you start making these loans?
Norman and I met in December of 1995, and at the time when we met, I owned a restaurant, and he owns a restaurant also. So we had a lot in common, and we were sharing various ideas and pros and cons and how difficult it was to actually be an entrepreneur. Several months after that, I was going on vacation for a week out of town, going skiing in Aspen. Norman volunteered to house sit at my house, which I said, okay, fine. And while I was gone, he not only house sat, but I gave him the keys to my car, and he stayed there for the week that I was gone. And so, a long story short, by the time I came back from Aspen, he still had the keys to the house and the car, and I kind of let him keep the keys. It didn't matter to me. And he started staying at my house on a regular basis, and he basically moved all of his clothes in, and he was living there. Shortly after that, then he said that he had some money that was stolen from him, which were the receipts from his business, and he asked me to make him a loan of $1,700. And he drew up some paperwork. I signed that. I wrote him a check for $1,700.
What kind of paperwork?
Actually, Your Honor, I do have a letter that was dated February 26 here. It's a letter from Norman explaining that he's having difficulty at his business. And the next page is a promissory note that Norman drew up explaining that he would repay me my $1,700 within 30 to 45 days, and he would make interest on it. And if he did not repay my loan, he would pay the full court costs involved.
Does that sound familiar to you, sir?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And you didn't work this loan off by doing things around the house?
Yes, if you ask me, I did.
Stop 1 second. Let me take care of this work around the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, according to your answer, sir, which I have read very carefully, you list, I assume, the most important things that you did in the house. Is that right?
That's right.
You repaired a light fixture. How did you do that?
I took the old fixture and put a new one in.
He changed the bulb.
No.
Just a second. I just wanted to find out if what he was saying was he pulled apart the whole ceiling and the walls and did the rewiring in the house.
Not the whole ceiling, but the light fixture I did take out and put a new one there.
Yeah. You said you repaired the alarm system on the house. How'd you do that?
The wiring was no good, so I repaired it.
Just step by step. Tell me what you did. You went over to the window.
Right. Found the traces that come from the alarm system. They were broke, so I put new traces on the...
No, I don't understand that. I've never done that kind of work. You found the tracers, which means you found the right two wires, right?
The wiring.
And you put it all in, right?
I put new wiring. Same thing, wires.
Okay. Did that take about as long as changing the light fixture?
Longer.
How about how much longer?
I have no idea how much longer.
A half hour longer, 45 minutes longer, an hour longer?
Give it a half hour longer.
All right. So we have 5 minutes plus a half hour. That's 35 minutes. Then Then we have miscellaneous jobs around the house, such as repair to cabinets. What kind of repair to cabinets, sir?
Broken hinges, knobs, these kind of things.
What did you do? Broken hinges, so what'd you do? You took
Put
a
new
hinge.
hinges.
Put new hinge on. How many cabinets did you put new hinges on?
No, 4 or 5.
How much do you think all this work that you did is worth, sir?
First of all, no one can pay me what I'm worth.
How much do you think all this was worth? All this work. $50? $60?
$500.
That's an interesting number. Okay, we'll just put that in the hopper for a while. Now, let's get back. We have a $1,700 loan.
Right.
And what else?
Then Mr. Jones needed some money because he was trying to buy some equipment for his restaurant. And he told me the story that he was asking various friends and acquaintances to loan him $2,500. He would repay the money with interest. So I wrote him a check for $2,500 the middle of June, Your Honor.
Show the check to him, please.
Here's the check with his signature on the back.
Look familiar? Yes. All right. Should we take that as a yes, Byrd?
I take it as a yes.
Good. What else? What else?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wanted a friendly relationship, and she wanted an intimate relationship. That's it.
And later today,
I'm looking at you, I'm looking at her. There's no way she's going to get into your dress. I mean, not that you don't have a lovely figure, you do. It's just different figure from hers.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sales manager Sheila Green says her ex-boyfriend Norman Jones swindled her out of more than $5,000. Norman says that he and Sheila were not a romantic couple, but she was a charitable friend.
What else? What else?
After the $2,500 loan, then Mr. Jones was having car trouble, and his car was in the shop for a period of time. He was not able to get it out. It was $200. He was taking a cab back and forth from my house to work. And so finally he asked me to loan him the $200. I agreed to loan him the $200, so he wrote me a check, a post-dated check, which I have tried to cash on many, many, many occasions, and there is no money in this account. Every single time that I went to the bank, there was no money in the account.
Show him this check, would you? Thank you. No money in the account?
Yes, there's money in the account.
Now, he moved out?
Well, what happened, again, there were some other loans after that, Your Honor. All the time, Mr. Jones is still living at my house and driving my car. He had a car. His car was, sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But I did let him drive my car because he was at the time a very hardworking man, and I thought he was trying to do something for himself, and I really had faith in him at that point in time. However, over a period of time, he started staying out later and later. He was always out, and he always had these business meetings or these dinners and whatever. He stayed out later and later, and it got to the point where he was staying out all night. And I just told him I couldn't accept that any longer. Staying out all night was not acceptable to me. So
He was your boyfriend. You were romantically involved?
No, he wasn't boyfriends. That's the problem here.
Just a second. You believed he was your boyfriend?
He was living at my house, Your Honor. He had keys to my house. He was sleeping in my bed.
No, I never slept in your bed. I never slept in your bed. I never
Norman,
slept in your bed.
let's not go there.
I slept in a room or
no,
in
you
the couch.
did not.
Miss Green, Miss Green.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Am I going to be able to tell my side of this?
Absolutely, sir.
Mr. Jones lived at my house for approximately 6 months. He paid no rent. He had keys to my house. He had keys to my car, which he preferred to drive over his own vehicle all the time. I let him come and go as he wished. I didn't ask any questions. I really didn't care until he started staying out all night, and I refused to let him disrespect me and disrespect my home, and I asked him to leave at that point in time. He even laughed in my face when I asked him to do that. And so I told him, I said, if you leave here and go to your place of business, and it was on a Sunday, When you come back, the locks will be changed. And he still left. And I called the locksmith. I looked in the yellow pages. I called the locksmith. And I had the locksmith come and change my locks immediately. Cost me $100 to change the locks.
Best $100 investment you made.
Best $100 I ever made. He called me shortly thereafter, laughing, telling me he thought I was kidding. And I said, no, Norman, I kid you not. You need to come get your clothing right now.
Good. Now, Mr. Jones, I want you to tell me why you don't owe her this money.
Okay, the money that I owe Sheila is the money that I signed with the promissory note. I'm not...
And what about the $2,500 you needed for business equipment?
Listen.
What if, no, I understand the $1,700.
Okay, can I explain it?
Yeah, explain to me the
Me and Sheila
$2,500.
was friends. We were friends for a while. Things wasn't going for myself as well as they are now. Sheila offered to help me. She offered me to come and stay at her house. And then she started expressing to me that she wanted an intimate relationship.
I don't think so, Norman.
Miss Green, please.
She started expressing about this intimate relationship that she wanted with me several times. And when I refused it, she said, you're going to have to take your things and leave. The other things that Miss Green done for me, she done because she wanted to help me. I don't know if she was trying to buy me or what she was trying to do, but I told her I didn't want no kind of relationship like this with her. So she got upset and told me to leave, and I took my things and I left.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. And later today...
You're sad. I try to help you because you didn't have a mother, and look at how you treat me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sheila Green says she helped Norman Jones out when he needed it. Now she needs the $5,000.
You sound like a very intelligent woman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Intelligent, educated, savvy, good businesswoman.
I work hard for my money. I don't need to give it away to people. I was trying to help this man because I believed in his product, and he tried to use me, and that's not acceptable to me.
Now, Miss Green, you may have believed in his product, but as good a judge as you probably are of people in business and historically in your life, you didn't make a good judgment with regard to him, right? Because clearly, based upon the answer that I read, even before I saw him, he's a user. Because anybody that can claim a $500 bill for changing a light fixture is somebody who will resort to anything not to fess up to their obligations.
It was more than a light fixture.
That's what it was. It was a light fixture, sir.
There was several things around the house.
So what? You live there rent-free. You should have scrubbed the floors. Hey, listen, you should have scrubbed the floors if you were living there rent-free.
And maybe I did.
No, I have a cleaning lady who
Listen
does
to me, Mr. Jones. There isn't a question in my mind that you never took a sponge to the floor, sir. Not a question in my mind. That's a nice tie you're wearing, Mr. Jones.
I'm not too
Tie's
proud.
going to cost you, along with the rest that you owe this lady, $5,000. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Thank you,
That's
Your
all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back, go to your right, please.
Thank you.
I slept in the guest room or in the den, in a chair.
He's lying because he slept in the same bed that I slept in. The whole thing is a lie. Come on.
And now the next case.
Parties on Gonzalez Martinez versus Villanueva. Step forward, please.
18-year-old Shannon Gonzalez and Candace Martinez are suing Shannon's aunt, Regina Villanueva, for the return of their clothes. Regina says she evicted her niece and her friend for not paying the rent.
Who's Miss Gonzalez?
Me.
Is this your aunt?
Yes, it is.
You're Miss Martinez?
Yes.
Well, you can step up here. You're a co-plaintiff.
Okay.
You needed a place to stay for one reason or another because you couldn't live at home.
Yes.
You called your aunt. She took you into her house.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did she take you into her house, according to your complaint, but you also brought a couple of friends along.
Uh-huh. She said it was okay for them, they could.
Oh, so that was very nice of her, right? Now, all the time that you were living there, you didn't pay rent. You didn't pay for food, right?
Right.
You didn't pay for gas, right?
Right.
You didn't pay for electric.
Right.
You didn't pay for your phone.
Right.
Nor did your friends.
No.
Right?
Right.
Now she finds herself on the other end of a lawsuit because you say Now you're going to tell me why you're suing your aunt.
Because we just want our stuff back. We just want our clothes back. We didn't want to sue her for money or anything, but she didn't want to give it back. So, you know, we didn't have no agreement to pay rent. We offered to pay her rent, and she said, okay, well, I told her when we found the job. How did she expect us to pay rent? She knew we didn't have no job.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
How old are you?
18.
Why do you expect this lady to support you?
She was only living there for 3 days, even if she was getting Social Security. I mean, 3 days, come on.
How long did you live there?
For less than a week.
No.
How long did you live there?
A month. She stayed a month. Her and her sister stayed a month.
You mean
In
this
my
young
home.
lady's sister?
Candace and her sister stayed a month.
Her sister wasn't even going to live there.
$100 out of her Social Security check on the 4th.
She told me to tell her. Why couldn't she tell her to give her the $100?
Well, just a second. So that there was an arrangement so that she would be at least recompensed some money.
Agreement to just, we offered.
Put your hand down. You're the boyfriend? Huh?
Yes.
Listen, I read these papers. You don't want to come up here.
Okay.
Because if you come up here, then I'm going to find out how much you contribute to the house. So I would suggest you sit there. Right? Because I have a feeling, madam, that everybody takes advantage of you.
Yeah, they do, a lot.
Well, that's not too smart. Now, what kind of junk did they leave behind?
They left, this is the stuff that she left behind. Sanitary napkins, her underwear, a few underwear, shorts, shirts. Ain't worth $192, none of it.
Okay.
A binder with her diary.
Would you just transfer
and
that
letters.
merchandise, please?
And letters.
She has no addresses. Okay, she kept our winter formal addresses because we had just left high
Just a
school.
second. Now you got that stuff, and you got your album. Now, what else do you say your aunt has?
She has our dresses from our winter formal and our prom. She even tried them on in front of us and asked us how she looked in them.
What do you mean your? Your?
My prom dress, my winter formal dress, and my sister's winter formal dress.
Just a second. I'm not interested in your sister. Your sister's not here.
She wasn't able to.
Why did you leave your dress at her house?
I left them for her to try on because she was supposed to wear them to a party.
Impossible.
Yeah, impossible.
Y'all listen to me.
You should have saw the
Listen
way
to
they
me.
looked on her.
Impossible. I'm looking at you, I'm looking at her. There's no way she's going to get into your dress. I mean, not that you don't have a lovely figure, you do. It's just different figure from hers.
She got in, but we couldn't get her out.
Listen to me. Have you seen her dress?
I've seen them when she showed me them the first day, and I thought it was cute of them to think they would fit me. The dresses would not fit me.
Have you seen their dresses after she moved out of the house?
No. No.
Why would you leave your dress in the house?
Because I was supposed to go back and get them.
Well, no, that's not an answer. I've already told you that I consider this whole lawsuit very ungrateful on your part.
Why couldn't she just give us our stuff back? We went over there with the cops and everything. She didn't.
You
want
went
to
over
give
with
it
the
back.
cops?
What,
To your aunt's house? Who opened her door and let you in the house and said, here's my home, here's my food, here's my everything?
Well, she could give us our clothes. We were going to leave it. We got along fine until she didn't want to give us our stuff back.
You just, listen, are you double talking me? Do I look dumb to you?
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I still don't understand why you believe it was appropriate to sue your aunt, because you're not out of dress, according to you, who spent a lot of money on you. You lived there, according to this, 3 months, right?
4 months.
Right?
Yes.
4 months? She fed you?
I was there for 3 months. Yes.
4 months.
She fed you?
Yes.
Good. Your case is dismissed. Now, you want to prove to me that she has your dress?
Well, the boyfriend over there probably sold them out his garage sale, so.
Excuse me.
Just a second.
We don't need money, honey.
That's speculation. She says she doesn't have them. Madam, you can't constantly be a sucker. Do you understand?
Yes.
You understand?
I'm not doing this
That
anymore
means
for families.
for anybody.
Anyone.
For anybody. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Can we leave the stuff here, Chum?
Back door to your right.
Judge Judy will continue in a
I
moment.
think I won.
And on the next Judge Judy.
we got into an argument and I was actually arrested.
They were the closest of friends, but the relationship came apart over dollars and cents.
I paid, I don't have receipts, I paid in cash.
He wrote and cashed 3 checks on my checking account.
You're a user.
I disagree with you, Your Honor.
Well,
He
you may
used
disagree with me, but since I'm the judge, I get...
Former lover, 29-year-old Jason Brickhouse. Wayne says when he and Jason broke up, Jason didn't pay his share of the rent or the money Wayne loaned to him. Jason claims he paid him.
Order, all rise. Yes.
A domestic partnership arrangement for quite some time, is that correct?
That's correct.
That arrangement, relationship is over. You claim, Mr. McNeil, that the defendant owes you almost $3,500.
That's correct.
Do you want to explain to me for what, sir?
We were in a relationship which parted in 1995, and Jason moved out, and he went through some problems and things, and towards the end of 1995, he didn't have anywhere to go. He couldn't afford to pay his rent and things like that, so I entered into an agreement with him that he could move in with me on the proviso...
How long had you been separated at that time, sir?
From June through December of 1995.
And how did it come about that he told you he was having these problems?
He called me one day at my office and said that he had lost his job, he'd been fired from his job, and would I go pick him up? And
does that sound familiar to you, sir?
No, that's not the way it happened, Your Honor. Mr. McNeil stayed in contact with me when he moved out, always. Was always in contact with me. And
but you were not together anymore?
No, it was more of a friendship. It wasn't like I called him because I lost my job.
Did you make an arrangement to move back into his home?
Yes, I did.
And what was the financial arrangement?
We split everything.
Was that how it was right from the beginning when you moved back in?
I was a little bit behind. I went back to work in May.
When did you move in?
January.
So you went back to work in May?
Correct.
So you owed him rent for January, February, March, April, and I assume part of May. Is that right? 5 months?
But I paid it. But that would be the most.
How did you pay it if you weren't working?
He received my unemployment checks, and also I was temping. I did do work here and there
what
during that time.
What were your unemployment checks?
$200.
A what?
Every 2 weeks or something.
Did you receive any of his unemployment checks?
I never received any of his unemployment checks. In fact, he always came up with excuses. And just as an example, one day he called me and in tears on the telephone that he'd been down to cash his unemployment check at a cash checking place on Santa Monica and La Brea. He'd walked out with the cash and he'd been mugged.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No, that doesn't. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's the absolute truth.
I believe you, sir.
And I have people...
I believe you.
Thank you.
How much was the arrangement for rent?
Half of the rent. The rent at that time was $505, and he was going to pay $250. And also, as part of the agreement, it was basically just rent. And the rent actually included utilities and all that sort of thing. I never ever asked him for like food or, you know, if we were ever
All
going.
you wanted was the $250 a month. How many months did he live there?
From January through March this year. That's, what, 12, 15 months?
And how much did he pay you during those 15 months?
He paid me, it was a total of about $2,000. Did you get a copy of this?
No, I have nothing, sir. I just have your complaint and his answer.
I've got that's a copy of the whole thing with the actual payments that he did make me, and those payments weren't made until he had gone back to work at his place of employment.
All right, well, certain of the monies were repaid. The rent was repaid, $2,000 worth. You have a whole list of things. Checks written fraudulently and cashed?
Yes.
What is that about?
On September 8th last year, we got into an argument and I was actually arrested. He had already been arrested previously
for what?
For domestic violence.
I mean, you had a physical fight.
And during that time, part of the court, the judge actually asked him to move out of my apartment. And during that week, that I was actually in jail for that week. When I got back...
Why were you in jail for a whole week?
It was I think it was a mess with the judicial system at the jail.
You mean they forgot about you?
I think so. So anyway, that's a whole other point. When I got back, 3 checks were written out of my checking account. He knew that I got paid during the time that I was in jail, and he wrote and cashed 3 checks to the value of $550 on my checking account.
Did you do that, sir?
Yes, I did, but I did not forge them. They were signed already.
Well, did you have permission to cash them?
No, I didn't have permission.
Well, then how come you did that?
I was mad at him. But, Your Honor, that money was paid back. You know, all this money that he's claiming...
Show me where it was paid back.
It was not, I don't have any receipts because I have tax liens against me. Everything I do is in cash. And I have a witness who is my current roommate now that will testify that I pay everything in cash, my utility bills, my rent, everything, because I can't open a checking account.
You can get money orders. You don't have to have a checking account, sir. Money
But I'm
orders,
in a
anybody
domestic
can
relationship partner, Your Honor.
No,
I
you
just give
weren't.
him the cash.
No, you weren't, sir. At the time that we're talking about, this domestic partnership had terminated and we were in a situation of a landlord and a tenant with regard to certain bills.
No, Your Honor, we weren't.
Well, you told me that.
He was still, at this time when this happened, we were still living in the same household, and he was still pretending to be my lover.
I don't understand.
Your Honor, I could witness that.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
They would come to my house in the desert as lovers. They would come to stay in my house in the desert.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You have a new friend. Ask him for money. What are you calling him?
He's not a new friend.
No.
I've known him for 10 years.
Fine, ask him for money.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 42-year-old Wayne McNeil is suing his former lover, 29-year-old Jason Brickhouse, alleging when they broke up, Jason didn't pay his share of the rent. Jason claims he paid the money in cash.
There are a lot of things charged here. Gas, gasoline. Why does he have your American Express card?
He took it from me.
When?
I have no idea. He used my American Express card to pay for a public storage unit in January of last year. I have no idea how he got it.
Just a second. Sir, let me tell you why I have a problem with that. Because you have different dates here, but they're over a many-month period, so that when you saw the first bill for gas signed by him...
No, the gas and everything I did. I don't have a motor vehicle. He has a car, and because he never had any money, he was always asking me to put gas in his car because his job is during the weekends. He used to do deliveries for a messenger service, and he never had money to put gas in his car, so I would put gas in his car. And he always said that he would pay me back. This whole thing started...
No, that's nonsense. Come on. Let's talk about big things. Let's not talk about $11 for gas.
But it adds up.
Of course it adds up, sir, and if you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it. And it went over a long enough period of time so that you could have said at any time, if these were loans, listen, you have to give me back the $11, the $4, the $14. Come on, let's get serious.
He was always saying, I would pay you when I get paid.
Let's get serious.
And he never would.
Let's take care of the big things first. There is an agreement to pay $250 in rent over a 15-month period. I can't work these things.
$3,750, Judge.
And you say he paid you $2,000.
If that's what,
now,
yeah.
Did he pay you $2,000 in cash or check?
He paid me in cash.
Can I speak now?
Sure.
Your Honor, this whole relationship, I don't have receipts. I paid in cash. That's why I brought a witness in that will tell. That's what I do. I pay in cash.
I don't care if that's what your pattern is. He already said to you, you paid him in cash. He acknowledges that you paid him $2,000 in cash.
But
I don't care if that's what this witness is going to tell me.
He is lying.
Your witness is going to say that you pay all your bills by cash.
Well, that they were also in a relationship together. It wasn't just roommates.
Listen to me. Just answer the questions that I posed to you.
Okay, Your Honor, this went on for a long period of time. I have a restraining order against Mr. McNeil. On June 22nd of this year, Mr. McNeil started pounding on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning drunk. I threatened to call the police and have him thrown in jail. This case was filed on June 23rd. It's nothing more than harassment and retaliation because I don't want anything to do with them. That's all it is.
Go ahead, Mr. McNeil.
Okay. The whole reason that this case is here today is because on June 13, Jason called me and said, can you give me $20? I have no food in the house. I said, no, I'm not going to give you $20, Jason. He said, I'll pay you back on Monday when I get paid. I said, I still can't give you the money. So I left to go out with some friends, and I went upstairs and I gave him $5. When I got home that night, I called him up and I left a message on his machine. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and admittedly, it was a little sarcastic. It was the fact that, you know, you're obviously out drinking the $5 that I gave you, because he had also been sick all week during the week with stomach problems and things. So that was it. On Monday night, I went upstairs. He goes to a domestic violence class on Monday nights, which I've paid for the last 3 months, $40 every time when he hasn't got the $40 to pay for it. And knocked on his door. He comes to the door. He'd also been drinking. He said, I'm not very pleased with you. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you leave nasty messages on my answer machine. I know I owe you money. I'll put it in an envelope and leave it under your door.
And I did. I left $65 in an envelope under his door after I got paid.
No,
and
you
I
did
said,
not.
from this point on,
Why?
leave me alone.
No.
Just get out of my life and leave me alone.
Was there any money left under your door?
No, there was not.
Yes, there was.
There was not.
Sir, why are you still calling him for money?
I thought we could be friends, but obviously we couldn't.
You're a user.
No.
I want to tell you something. You're a user. Because if you're not together anymore and you have a new friend...
You want to ask him why he... Sorry.
You have a new friend, ask him for money. What are you calling him?
He's not a new friend.
No.
I've known him for 10 years. We are just roommates.
Fine, ask him for money.
He won't pay him.
Why?
He won't lend him money. Sorry.
You're a user because
I disagree
called
with
him.
you, Your Honor.
Well,
He
you may
used
disagree
me.
with me, but since I'm the judge, I get the last word.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Whatever she did was an accident if she transgressed on your rights as a pedestrian. What you did was a purposeful act of vandalism.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
There are certain things that I find were agreements between the two of you, and that was that when he moved back in, he was supposed to pay rent. Rent was $250 a month. I believe you when you say that he paid $2,000 of that $3,750 amount that he was supposed to pay. So I have $1,750 left that he owes you. I also want to ask you one question, just you. Did he pay you back this $550 that he wrote in forged checks?
No, he didn't.
I believe that too, that he did not pay you back. So I'm adding that. That's $2,300. Do you understand? That's what I'm giving you.
Okay.
Don't give him any more money.
Don't worry, I'm not.
Good. Judgment in the case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,300. That's all.
Boys are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
Out the back door to your right, please.
When he's been drinking, he gets violent, and
I don't know where this is coming from, but this is ridiculous.
Excuse me, Michael.
and now the next case.
Parties on Kirk versus Schwartz. Step forward, please.
Danielle Kirk says bookkeeper Ronit Schwartz banged her car with a bag of groceries. Ronit says she only touched the car as Danielle drove recklessly through the parking lot.
Ms. Kirk, you allege in your papers that the defendant damaged your car when she hit it intentionally with a bag of groceries.
That is correct.
You want to tell me where you were and how this happened, please?
On July the 9th, I was backing out of a parking spot at the Pavilions shopping center, and I was 2/3 of the way out of the lot when I noticed
Out of the lot or out of the...
Out of a parking space, when I noticed that the defendant had stepped behind my car with a small child. So I stopped and let her proceed behind my car, and as she crossed in front of my car to get to her car, she stopped and started yelling obscenities and whatnot. So I just looked at her. I didn't say anything. I made no gestures to her. She finished crossing in front of my car and started walking towards her car, and I turned my car and proceeded to try and exit the lot. When the car behind me honked, she turned and swung a bag of groceries and hit the side of my car.
The car behind you?
Was honking at me to leave, but I couldn't leave because she was standing in front of my car. So as I went to leave, she turned and swung and hit my car.
All right, let me try to understand this. There were rows of parked cars.
Correct.
You're backing out of the spot.
Yes.
The defendant and her child were walking and were behind your car, so you stopped.
Yes.
Then you say she came around to the front of your car.
Yes, she was crossing in front of my car to get to her car.
So then you finished pulling out, so your car was backed out.
Correct.
And sort of with the nose heading towards the exit.
Right.
And she was at this point in front of your car.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't move.
Right.
And then a car behind you that was also trying to exit, you said?
They wanted my spot. They wanted to pull into the spot that I was leaving out of.
Okay, so they honked.
Right.
And then she swung her bag of
And
groceries.
she turned and swung and hit the side of my car.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
What did it sound like?
It was a loud thump. There was something heavy in her bags.
Okay. Did you get out and look at the car at that time?
Yes, I did.
And what did you see?
I saw a dent behind the passenger side door where the door opens, and I showed it to her.
Okay. And you got out, and then what happened?
I asked her why she did it. She admitted that she did it. At first, she said she swung a bag of groceries. Then she said she hit her hand on my car. Then she changed the story the third time and said it was just a box of cereal. But we
Did she say why she did it?
No, she did not.
You have an estimate for the damage?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please?
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Schwartz, you want to tell me your version of these events, please?
Yes. I was walking with my daughter on, there were 2 lanes of cars with their backs to us on the left side of the lane. I was walking and her car came out, we were there, and her car came out of the parking spot, and I grabbed my daughter and moved back. Then she started proceeding, not letting me go first. She started proceeding and I said, wait a minute, hold it, because we were there. Then she made kind of motions that we could walk in front of her car, and we started walking in front of her car, and she proceeded to go. It was like, you know, she didn't really give us enough time. Then she passed us, and I was behind the car already, and I turned around with, my 8-year-old had 2 bags, and I had 2 bags, and I turned around to yell something because I was angry. And then all of a sudden she pulled over, she blocked my car where I was. And then she started saying, you hit my car, you deliberately hit my car.
Well, you did hit her car with your groceries.
Not intentionally.
No, Mrs.
Absolutely.
Schwartz, that's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No.
Yes, it is
You were
true.
no, Mrs. Schwartz. You were angry, and you hit her car with the groceries. There's no
I did not deliberately hit her
sure
car
you
with
did.
my groceries. I turned her car around. Her car was already past me. I had my daughter's. I had 2 bags of groceries. She had 2 bags of groceries, plus I was holding her hand. Because on 3 separate times she wouldn't let us.
In order to cause a dent in the car of over $400, you had to accidentally whip around.
that I didn't cause
Not,
that
madam,
dent.
just turn around so that the bag of groceries taps it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand you perfectly.
I understand what you're saying, but I never was near the passenger side of her car. I was behind it when she had already stopped, and I never deliberately attacked her with my groceries.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mrs. Schwartz, judges are only human beings. We don't deal with computers, so you have to rely on what is common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And our own human experience. And having driven myself in parking lots, been a pedestrian on the street, I can't tell you that, especially when I'm in New York City, how many taxi cabs I would like to hit with a heavy object. You remember those days?
Oh, Judge, I know.
Right? Because you feel as if people are being inconsiderate, people are not being careful enough behind the wheel, and you want to be able to respond to it. Mrs. Schwartz, you lost your temper. You owe her $432.69. Whatever she did was an accident if she transgressed on your rights as a pedestrian. What you did was a purposeful act of vandalism that's going to cost you $432. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
फोटो में जैसा देखा रियल में भी वैसी तू प्यार तो हुआ तुझसे बोल अब मैं क्या करूं क्लोज तो आई तो फिर ऐसे कैसे जाने दूं बातें तो हुआ शुरू करते बेबी कंटिन्यू बातों से ज्यादा तू तो करती मुझे इशारा नजर से तेरा ये पागल हुआ बेचारा चुने का तुझे खाली लाइसेंस है हमारा घर के नीचे तेरा सेट किया पहारा फोटो तो खींचना है तो आजा मेरा स्टूडियो लेंस से ज्यादा तेरा आंखों में है जादू फ्लैश तो ऑन करके खींच दूं मैं शटर देखने में लग रही तू तो लुक लाइक बटर क्लास में होती तू तो हार्ड सेल टॉपर गाड़ी से ज्यादा हम तो बाइक में किया सफर थोड़ा तो पोज देते हाथ में मेरा कैमरा because I'm your photographer बाइक से ज्यादा तेरी पसंद वाली ऑडी कर आई एम सो लकी क्योंकि मिली मुझे बेबी कर आईएसओ सेट नहीं रखूंगा मैं ऑटो पर प्यार से ज्यादा मेरा नजर तेरी फोटो पर फोटो से ज्यादा ट्यूटोरियल में करती ब्लास मिलेगा नंबर तुझे माइनस नहीं प्लस प्यार में दिल देखना देखना नहीं क्लास खींच दूं मैं फोटो तेरी आउट ऑफ फ्लैश मैचिंग तो हाइट है चेहरा तो ब्राइट है ड्रेस में एकदम तू तो लगी सो साइट है फोटो में खींच दूं तेरी होगा ना लेने देरी फोटो तो खींचने के लिए बहुत सारी लाइट है धूप से बचने के लिए बनूंगा मैं ट्री बिजी तो रहना नहीं थोड़ा हो जा फ्री फोटो तो खींचने के लिए बेस्ट है मेरा कैमरा क्योंकि I'm using Sony Alpha 3 आंखें तो रुका मेरा देख के तेरा ऑफर कार से ज्यादा हम तो बाइक में किया सफर तेरे साथ खड़ा हूँ पर हाथ में लेके कैमरा because I'm your photographer